And welcome to episode 24. I'm going to guess 5 of our Tales from Altdorf City Part 2. I'm going to open this one with a quick disclaimer. And why am I going to do that? I think we have a pretty obvious answer why I'm going to do that. It's because we're playing with Birdie. Now, we all know that Birdie, at the best of times, sometimes goes a bit off the hook. She sometimes does things that are not necessarily expected by anybody else. But there's another reason we bring it up. Is because this episode is very likely, although I can't be certain, going to involve some people who are quite simple. I say people. Some things that are...
There are people.
Yeah. Are people. Yeah, quite. That are grim and perilous with a capital G and P. So let's open with a quick disclaimer and say LAWhammer is a grown-ass adult stream for grown-ass adults, and this stream may, and I only say may because I don't know where it's going to go, feature a host of concepts that are most certainly adult and may cause you discomfort. We are discussing such things as potentially slavery, extreme violence, sex, horror, and worse. You never can be certain where Birdie will end. That being the case, if any of those things they may disturb you, I would suggest skipping this particular episode entirely and hiking on to the next one. I'm sure Birdie will wax lyrical about all the things that she has encountered when she speaks to everyone else. However, I feel it is very important that I mention all those things because, heck, you never can be sure where it will end up with Birdie. I will also add, I got a nice birthday present from Birdie. Thank you very much, Birdie.
You're welcome.
Because when this one was getting recorded, it was right by my birthday. That being the case, you may find me, if it gets really, let's say, out of hand, slipping some Jack Daniels into my Coke and just necking it as we go. All right, we good?
Yeah.
I think we're good. So, I think we will start largely where our last episode ended. That's episode 24. For those of you who are watching all of our streams in order, you'll notice that's where most of them are going to be starting off. And that's when we're at the base of the Imperial Palace. The great rock that the palace sits upon, rising up before the barge, and all of the various goodies that were shipped by you from Castle Rightguard down to Altdorf, getting piled out onto the jetty. Unless Birdie has anything she wishes to do at this point, she will be taken across the river, where they will then join a long queue to get into the jetties, where they can then take away all the gems that you have got. I think gems? I believe it's jewellery.
Yes.
Yes,
yeah.
indeed. That you've got.
About a ton.
Yeah.
Uncut gems.
There's quite a lot of uncut gems, totally. Yeah. And get them sold. So you'll pop over there and Greta will pop off to the local merchant house and then come back again. And then because the dues, the fees for staying inside Altdorf are super high, unless you've got a private dock, then hiking it out, barging it out, through the Reichsport and all the warships that are sitting out in the big, huge, wide bay over there, over to one of the cheaper jetties where you can stay the night and then head on out to anywhere you wish to go, speak to anyone you want. So unless you've got anything you want to do during that process, that's where we'll begin. Do you have anything you'd like to do?
Not while we're barging about and negotiating.
Jack Daniels free drink then.
Okay. I try not to get into trouble in the first 10 minutes of the stream. I like to build up.
I have no idea where this one's going to go. Much like all the streams that we've done for the Tales of Altdorf City, none of these ones are planned. It's just going to go wherever it goes. Let's find out. Sunshine is a wonderful thing. Birdie may be the only one on this barge that looks at the sunshine as this some sort of grim terror that floats in the sky.
Hurts my eyes.
Why is it so bright? Why is it so hot? And why doesn't it just fall down?
Yeah.
All of these things are interesting questions, one of which has indeed passed through her mind as she's popped up onto the top and gone,
nope.
It's the only way that, however, she can get through to Dr. Flaster. Yeah. She's going to make her way across the barge, and it's been a hot few days, and strangely, sitting on the barge with the big sails above you, you can always position yourself in a good way where the sun never feels like it's necessarily going to kill you. But today, without the barge moving, all strapped up to the other barges, and other barges strapped up to you as you sit on this jetty, having paid the couple of silver. It's only a couple of silver for each time. As you sit there, Just looks so big. This baleful eye in the heavens.
And it burns.
You do wonder sometimes about why any Skaven would want to come up here.
Overrated. Maybe I'll pass that along.
Just don't bother. It's awful up there.
Ah, it's terrible. It's burning and hot, bright.
Stay down. Just stay down.
Where it's cool and dark and soothing.
She makes her way down into the hold at the back, where Flaster holds her rooms. Others have already left. She's had her breakfast. She's feeling pretty good about herself. I presume she's going to knock on Flaster's. There's a pause. Yes, what is it?
It's Birdie.
Yes, come in.
May I?
Dr. Flaster is almost the opposite of you in so many ways, where your skin is almost white, hers is almost pitch black, where your hair is pure as driven snow white, hers is black as jet, and held into tight braids like yours, which she generally keeps all wrapped up in her headscarves, sometimes in a wimple when she's on business. You do contrast deeply. As she looks up at you in the gloom of her room, she has currently a pen. She's writing a letter. The quill is cut nicely, a small blade sitting to the side, ink splashed over there, sand to the other side, and her parchment as she looks over. Yes, what are you looking for today, Birdie? You're here early.
Just a little bit of advice.
Is that by any chance about the infection that you're currently?
The very same.
Well, as I told you, I don't think it's going to accept any medication that I have. You'll almost certainly have to go to an apothecary, perhaps let yourself be examined, alternatively to a temple of Shallya, although if you go to a temple of Shallya, well, one of the sisters may not be enough. You're going to need someone.
Bless.
Well, it might take divinity to get rid of that. I have no idea why you're still infected. Alternatively, you could go to one of the colleges. Light College might be able to get it out. You'll never find it, though. White College is particularly difficult to get access to. I've tried. Couldn't find it.
Oh.
You can see it in the distance.
Like an optical illusion type.
Yes, your vocabulary always interests me, Birdie. Yes, like an optical illusion. It is just like that. Interesting choice of words. So what is it that I can do for you?
Simply that, where to go. I didn't know.
Is that what?
That's it.
I appear to have completely preempted this entire conversation. I should like to attribute that to my brilliance, but I think it would be inappropriate. It was simply me attempting to provide you with the advice you need. Turns out that's what you're looking for.
While I'm going into town...
Is it hurting?
Is it hurting? Because I don't really notice it. It was Gerhardt that said it was horribly infected because I can't see it.
Mm-hmm.
So no, it's not bothering me. But do you need anything while I'm going into town?
No, I'm going to be going in myself very soon. In fact, I'll be going in multiple times. There's lots for me to organise for Lord Gerhardt.
Good luck with that.
Yes, well, we're past luck now.
Well, if I can help.
There's nothing you can do. But thank you very much for the offer. If that's everything, good morning.
Thank you, Dr. Blaster.
Seth.
And I just back gently out to close the door because she's obviously... she's done with me. I don't want to upset her.
Yeah, she's really not a terrible mood. So, what's our plan then? The entire city of Altdorf lies beyond the barge and all the other barges to get to the jetty. You've got the Reichsport between you and the city and the big city walls.
Yeah.
Has she got anything she would like to do? I'm enjoying that slight half grin spreading across her face. So what's it going to be, Birdie?
So I have a few things.
A few things. Excellent. Yeah. What are we going to do first?
So
let's start at the beginning.
So Temple of Shallya.
Temple of Shallya. Excellent.
To make some inquiries, because that seems like a...
Do you know where it is?
No, I'll find out.
Good start.
Because you know how well I navigate around Altdorf.
Yeah.
That never goes badly.
It's going to be fine. No. Perfect. So as she stands there looking out across all the other barges and looking down the jetty towards the city of people, her first thought is, need to find Temple of Shallya.
Yeah.
Excellent.
And then at some point I'm going to have to, unfortunately, swing by the High Temple of Sigma.
Yeah, well, what's she doing first? Because that's all that really bothers me. Where's she going to go? What's she going to do?
I'm going to go to the Temple of Shallya first.
Okay, so where are you going to go to find said thing? Or how are you planning to find said temple? Is there 1? Is there 5? Is there 40? Do you know?
No idea.
Excellent. Perfect.
How easy is it to get a cab down here? And do I know roughly how much they cost from listening to Elemental Eye?
They cost a couple of shillings, probably, something like that, to get somewhere.
Then I'm going to try and get a cab to take
class.
to the biggest Temple of Shallya they have. That way I'm less likely to get lost.
Can't go wrong!
No, not at all.
Definitely not. How's she dressed?
So, before she leaves,
Yes.
she wants to do a little bit of preparation
Ooh.
because she learned the hard way. Rather, I'm leaving my collection of towels behind.
Your collection of towels.
Yeah, I might want to acquire another one. So, I'm going to divest myself of anything that of value.
Yep, wise move.
But I don't want to get lost.
But you're going to take some coins with you?
I'm going to take some coin.
How much are you taking with you?
I'm going to take 13 shillings.
Sounds good. So get your 13 shillings organised.
Yeah,
That auspicious number if ever there was one.
I'm leaving my 2 gold behind.
Good
I
move.
can always come back for it if I need it.
Tuck that away inside your
Meat pie's collar.
Yeah, that's perfect. Definitely won't get lost.
So I've got my 13 shillings and a couple of copper.
Sounds perfect.
Okay, I'm going to change into the cheap clothes that I bought in Bergenhof.
Okay, cheap clothing.
And I'm going to take the other set in the hopes I can conceal it somewhere in case the first set gets mangled.
Okay, good. So wrap that up in a small oiled sack, tie that in place, pop that on the back.
Yeah.
Excellent. You're going to have a change of clothes.
Yes.
Okay, and what change of clothes are we going for?
One of the nicer dresses I bought in Bergenhofen.
A nice frock from
nice
Bergenhafen.
frock,
A nice
yeah.
frock from Bergenhafen.
Yeah.
Unless you want to pull out there, look at me.
Well, exactly.
Yeah,
or get in somewhere that requires me to look the part.
Sounds good. She's not a spy, by the way. So
I'm a bargee and a rat catcher.
yes.
And I'm going to
Bargee and a rat catcher.
Yeah, I'm going to divest myself of superfluous weaponry.
Okay,
Because I
good.
don't want to lose that as well.
Mm-hmm. Taking any weapons?
I'll take a couple of knives in my hair and my garrote tied round it black.
Sounds perfect.
Okay. Let's see if we can find where I'm going.
So, first things first, we're looking for a cab. Now,
Yes.
Altdorf has an enormous number of cablaries. Cablaries? Can't even say the word correctly. Enormous number of cabs, let's keep it short. And even has its own omnibus system moving in place. 2-tiered omnibus pulled by horses. You saw them the last time that you passed through, but just saw them in the distance.
Yeah.
You know that all of these things exist, but finding the cab is not necessarily the same as knowing that it exists. Let's see how well she does as she dives through. We'll just keep it a simple gossip test. Excuse me, where do you think I'd catch a cab?
Yeah.
That sort of thing.
No help at all. That's many failures.
Many failures. Birdie wonders. One of the great joys of the Reichsport is that you can get almost anything here. It is a great mixing pot of peoples who have gathered from around the world to sell their wares in the greatest city in the old world. And that is both diverting in that there's all sorts of different folks from different shapes of faces, different looks,
last time,
different species, the ones you expect and the ones you don't necessarily expect, short, young, old, tall, they're all mixing together. You've learned the hard way that there's a lot of potential thieves out there. Keeping a grip of that in your hand.
Death grip.
Yeah, quite.
After last time. I lost 12 gold last time.
However, it's not the lack of cabriolet. See it that particularly bothers her.
Well,
It's a lot of the interesting interactions between the folk.
well.
It appears Altdorf's tone has changed since the last time you were here. In particular, it's fair to say there's a lot of bigotry going on. Now, this isn't necessarily something new, but the bigotry is focused. And it's focused on anyone that's not from Altdorf.
And I scream midnight.
Do kinda.
Yeah.
You pass by a gentleman, perhaps less gentle, a man on a crate who is hoisting and foisting pamphlets that quite clearly say, Altdorf for Altdorfers. Keep filth out.
Nice.
And he's screaming that there's a river of filth coming into our city from outside. Midlanders, filth. Aucklanders, filth. Ostlanders, filth. He says, we got to keep the filth out of our city to keep it clean. If it wasn't for them, we wouldn't even need sewers. He claims.
He's an equal opportunities bigot. That's something.
Everybody who's not from Altdorf, apparently. There's several around him.
If he was on his own, I'd take him to task, but since he's got mates, I shall just pass on by unless they make it my business.
There is someone that comes from somewhere else. That is the only way you can categorize where this person has come from. Mm-hmm. Their face is a different shape. Their whole body looks different. It might even be a different species. You have no idea how to tell one thing from another. Particularly because they're covered in mud on the ground being kicked the living crap out of.
Trying to be a better person. Might have to intervene. This is a new thought for Birdie. She's never thought like this before. And it's kind of, is this what it means to be a better person? And she thinks about what Emmanuel Nat said.
Fortunately, perhaps interrupting your consideration and your thoughts, a small patrol of watchmen arrive. One of them says, I'd say kick the fucker in. The other one, Altdorf for Altdorfers.
Nice. Well, I was going to ask them where
we've got holy commandments, we do. We heard it. The hammer's fallen. We have to clean Altdorf. Sigma's coming.
Bloody Leopold and his visions and revelations. How inconvenient.
You want to intervene with the watch as well as the dudes?
No, but I might, if there's a watchman who's kind of on the periphery, try and act like sort of batty eyelashes. Help a pretty girl. Please don't notice I'm from Middenheim. See if I can find a cap.
He outlooks you. Says, well, you're looking at lovely.
I'm hoping you can help me. I'm looking to get a cab. I've just arrived in the city. I'm not sure.
What? Cab, you say?
Yeah.
Point. Dad Street.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Right.
The other one says, what the fuck you doing, eh? I'm just over. Well, Altdorfers.
I blow him a kiss and go on my way.
Do yourself charm test.
No, I have a track tip. Do I add anything?
No.
2 successes.
Sweet, that'll do. Making sure nothing goes awry. You make your way along the road further, pushing your way through the crowds. It's busy at this time of day. Fortunately, you're a good head taller than almost everybody. That really helps. It allows you to see over everything and hopefully, oh gosh. No, that's why you couldn't find any cabs. They're all getting picked up and people are going places. A lot of merchants and travellers and similar drop by the Reichsport. And eventually you find yourself over at a place that you believe is going to eventually get you a cab out of here. It's not much of a wait. It's about half an hour. But in that time, the general mood is made evidently clear. And if we're just going to sum it up with a few words, it would be, they now have a holy mandate, and many have decided that now is the time to resolve said mandate. You see someone getting pushed into the river. You see someone else getting their head stoved in by a stone from a distance that's lobbed from a floor above. You hear someone shouting, death to all wizards. Sigmar's coming. Sigmar's reborn. We heard him. Now is the time to finally cleanse our streets. It's pretty grim.
Yeah.
Just in terms of the tone of the language, And you're also pretty convinced you know why. It's pretty obvious why. But you're also pretty convinced that Leopold wouldn't necessarily like the effects that have hardly come to pass.
He'd be devastated if he knew.
Is this what it means to have Sigmar speak through you?
I think it's how people are interpreting it.
Yeah.
How long has it been since we were here last?
Oh, it's been months.
Yeah. But still, I mean, it was...
Let's do a roll, please. Let's do a roll, 1d10.
Right. 10.
Good. Sorry. Half an hour later, got a cab. All right. Where you going, Pre?
Biggest temple of Shallya you can find me.
No,
Why?
don't take no fucking Midlanders.
What makes you think I'm from Midland? Try again.
Altdorf is only. You love, you can come forward. Fucking hell. Get your own city.
We've got one. It's better than this one. I may make some recommendations to my family that maybe they take Altdorf first.
Definitely a good guy. We're waiting. Charm test is going to be used to eventually secure yourself something.
No.
And again.
Yes, one success.
1.5 hours. But eventually, she's in a cab.
And it's going.
No, of course he's going. He says, I will get you there. Don't you worry.
Thank you.
Where do you go now?
I'm looking for a temple of Shallya, preferably.
High hospice.
Yes, ideally.
No.
Thank you. Appreciate it. It's not been easy. It must be hard for you as well.
What? Why?
Just a general bigotry. I've noticed there's been a change of...
What? I don't know that general.
The Altdorfers. Strangers not being welcome.
He says, these happen all time. Sometimes they're good, sometimes they're bad. It's nothing. It's no matter. He says, let us go.
Indeed.
Stash. Sorcerer's little hat.
Love it.
4 silver. Holy crab sticks.
Well, Birdie doesn't know any different.
Yeah, quite. That includes the toll to get through the gates, which apparently he doesn't pay. Do not pay, you pay.
Fine.
It's a large 4-story building. Doves plaster the outside walls. Blood drops have been painted along the bottom of the bottom floor. A high wall at the back. Trees overhanging on the other side. A lot of kids playing around in the street outside of it. Seems to be a pretty wholesome looking place. What's your plan?
I feel very out of place. Me and wholesome don't always mix.
What's your plan?
I'm going to approach carefully.
Do I burn?
My shoes are not on fire.
Yes.
Something, yeah.
Treading over the threshold? All seems fine. You're not dead.
Good.
Before you is a temple hospice. It's segregated in a host of places by wooden screens, many of which have got sheets draped over them. You're tall. You can see over the tops of many of them. And it's not that you can see down on the inside, but you can see that they're not that high.
Yeah.
And you can see there's a whole lot of them. It's almost a maze of little warrens. At the far end, there's some form of sacristy. Is it for offerings? Oh, it looks relatively clean, so maybe not for offerings. Maybe they take their offerings separate to putting it out on some holy spot in the middle. There are people moving in and out, both the general citizenry who are going in. Some of them are waiting. Some of them are sitting in queues. A few are sitting down in what looks like pews that have been repurposed as waiting spaces. Others are clearly initiates. They're young of Shallya. All of them are women. and all of them were wearing wimples and white aprons over whatever clothes they may have. Many of their aprons are stained. The occasional sister of sister of Shallya as well. High wimples, completely white now, all of which have got a blood drop symbol with a pair of wings sticking out the side of it.
Okay.
It's not 40k, they're not blood angels, just making sure it's clear. Blood drop with dove wings nonetheless.
So this is uncharted territory.
Yep.
Never been in a temple of Shallya before. Have no idea what to do.
This is entirely new.
I will stand and look a bit for a minute. I don't know what to do. Does it look...
You hear a scream in the distance. Like, and it is. And mumble, the general murmur of conversation.
That sounds more like home. Is there somebody about, maybe one of the initiates that doesn't...
They're weaving around. You could easily approach one of you. So one of them looks up at you and says, yeah, all right, what is it?
I was hoping to see a Shallyan...
You and your sister join the queues.
Which one?
I don't know. What's up with you? You look fine.
I've got an infection that can't be treated by a doctor. I was told to seek medical.
Can't be treated by a doctor? Why can't it be treated by a doctor?
It's apparent.
Doctors cost money.
It requires magic to fix some sort.
Yeah, some doctor's been pulling you one, I think. Can't be treated by a doctor? Who's ever heard such a thing?
Well, this one is particularly renowned and cost me an arm and a leg.
What happened to you?
I got stabbed in the back by a mutant.
Oh. What did it look like? She says, leaning in.
What did it look like? Sorry, totally ghost right. It's got way more eyes than you might expect, and in the most unlikely places, an extra arm, several fingers.
Have you started covering eyes?
No. It's not a mutation, apparently, but it is an infection caused by their weaponry.
All right. Well, here, you go back. You see where the fella is up there with the really big belly sticking out from his shirt? The one with the hairy bits, yeah?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, go sit behind him, yeah? And I'll send sister over.
Thank you.
Might be a bit of a wait.
That's fine. I'm happy to wait.
The sun is down.
That's fine.
You're kind of starving. You really wish you'd eaten more earlier. If you'd realised it would have taken so long, you would have fed yourself up.
Well, I'm used to not eating though, so...
Fortunately, the nice girl who's sitting beside you, she's with her father, who's snoring like a sawn log beside her, said she'd keep your place when you went off to do your toilet. Came back, unfortunately, your space was still there. Good girl.
I offer her a sweet because I had some on me.
The sister does indeed see you. Lays you out on a marble slab. It's chilly. And she pulls up and goes, I think I'm going to need to get the eye, sister. That's nasty. No. Missy had said that you got yourself into a bit of trouble fighting some ne'er-do-wells and got yourself stabbed, yeah?
Yeah.
Stitching's good. Who did the stitching?
A friend of mine who's studying to be...
Oh, it's hot.
Yeah, it's infected.
How much does this hurt? Oh, shit.
That really hurts. Please don't do that again.
Yeah, well, pain is suffering. Suffering just reminds us of the pain. She nods and makes a wheel. Pardon me. Tickling me throat.
You should see a priest of Shallya about that.
I probably should, shouldn't I? A sister with a taller wimple.
Well, we're getting the good ones now. You can tell.
With skin far darker than the first woman who came, with black eyes, arrives and says, all right, what do we have here? Hiya.
Hello.
All right, lass, let's lift it up, have a look. It's her hand close to it, doesn't touch. If
Get Mother Teresa will be up.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry, Sigma. Gods.
As the other sister curtsies and says, yeah, I will. Then scurries off. Now, easy way to tell you this, love. You got yourself a bit of a nasty infection there. Yeah. What that means is that there's something that's decided to live in you. Now, your body doesn't want it there.
Reasonable.
Yeah. So it's trying to kill it with a bit of heat and a bit of what you know. And that's why put your hand by it, or you can feel the heat coming off that, love.
Can I bend my hand?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
I see what you mean.
Yeah, touched it. Oh, shit.
Yeah.
Why weren't you feeling that when you have that bit? Whoever did the bandaging must be really good. Well, maybe they were.
Yeah.
Yeah, they were. Oh, but now it's bare to the ear and yeah, you can feel that. It's your body doing Shallya's work. Now, it might need a bit of an hand. It's going to need a bit of an hand. It's going to leave a bit of a scar, you know.
That's all right.
Yeah.
Better that than dead.
Oh, it's a healthy attitude. And that's what we're looking for, yeah? We like to promote healthiness. So you stay here. I'm going to go off and deal with some others. Don't you move, all right?
Okay.
The mother arrives 4 hours later.
I have a little kip while I'm waiting.
She wakes you up.
Wow.
Your face is freezing and a bit null sideways against the marble slab. It's amazing what you can sleep on. It won't be the first time you slept with something hard. Finar. I didn't mean that.
But not untrue.
Also not untrue. As she looks at you and says, I believe you've got a problem, I need to say. Let's have a look. And much older woman in her 60s, her slightly shaky hand comes out and shakily pulls up, causing it to ruffle against your ow. As you flinch, and she pulls it up and goes, Holy Mother Shallya. She says, what you got here is an infection.
Apparently so.
Oh, I thought I'd better bring you over, Mother, says the other sister at the back. That's an infection, isn't it? Yes, that is an infection, she says. You're going to need to fix my spectacles. Well, Mother.
This bodes well.
Comes back. Oh, dear. But no, that ain't good, he says. We're going to need ourselves some of the blanched Camille paste. She got this up. Oh, Mother goes off, looks at you. Why don't you tell me what happened to you? I did such a glorious work.
I got stabbed, and the person stitching it up,
he says,
inadvertently infected me.
Right. Dagger in your back. And she stabs you once, twice, 3 times, then the spine.
Wow. Can I defend myself?
Not that quick, you can. Unless we have 6 heads.
No, I don't.
Man. Nose for trouble?
Not yet, because
I'm
waiting on the career that has it.
No!
You need to write it, Andy.
Straight into your spine. Severing it.
Great.
Do you have a fate point?
Yeah. I better use it.
Yeah. Didn't even get a test. I'm an arse.
He is an arse.
And screams.
Yeah.
Spread through the temple as their high mother stabs you again and again and again and then leaps up onto the side of one of the segregating wooden panels, then leaps off of that down into the next one and scarpers off.
Nobody warned me this would happen. Does this always happen?
You, oddly enough, pass out. When you awaken, sometime later,
They better fix this.
Agony in your back is extraordinary. Case point means your spine has not been severed.
I assumed
Nice.
it just missed. Cheers for that.
The blade went in and in and in, yet somehow missed your organ. Somehow missed the guts back there that were all coiled around on the front. The blade went deep. At one point, it came out through your belly, and you've got a small puncture on the other side too.
There's no good religion, is there? Apparently.
5 sisters are sitting praying at the side.
I'm assuming they've stopped the bleeding.
You don't know. As you shifted, oh, the pain is extraordinary. Yep, you've been stabbed about 10 times in the back. Oh. As the sisters are praying, one of them looks up and says, don't move. I'll call the mother.
Not the same one, I hope.
Oh shit, just talking hurts.
Yeah.
Breathing hurts. This is the worst day of your life.
I'm very unhappy with the state of affairs.
How could you have survived for so long with the...
And attacked by a little old lady, the embarrassment of
You
it.
let your guard down.
Yeah.
You'd never have let that happen when you were younger. Ever.
No.
You wouldn't have exposed your back like that. Not until you were absolutely sure, under pain of death, with a blade to their throat. But that's not how they work here.
No. It would be weird if I did that.
You
They'd have
couldn't
thrown me
do
out.
that. They'd have thrown you out. So what's the correct transaction here? Because you failed that one.
Yeah, and who the hell was she and why did she do it, more importantly? Because if it's...
And how did she jump? You saw her jump. No old woman could jump like that. You couldn't have done that. And you're certainly no old woman. That was one heck of a leap.
Now.
But right now, yeah, you don't feel so good.
I'm going to need a cane.
It really hurts. It really, really, really hurts.
Yeah.
As the sisters start praying again. The mother arrives 2 hours later.
You'd have thought they'd have prioritised me since it was one of their own that tried to kill me.
Apparently no. An old woman, a different one.
Different old woman. I give her a side eye.
She, if anything, has darker skin than the last. You'd imagine possibly not even from the old world originally. Maybe like Dr. Flaster.
Mm-hmm.
But maybe she is. You've no idea. You've come to the conclusion you don't really know humans very well. Actually, you're not even convinced the skin's that dark. Dr. Flaster's skin is much darker than this. You really don't know humans well. You've been looking at Alamena way too often. She's pale. You're pale. That looks pretty... And that's what's running through her mind as she's going through various skin shades as the woman says, well, I love you, all right. Yeah. She says, you got yourself in a bit of trouble, didn't you? You got yourself stabbed.
Yeah.
She says, yeah, we saw it. One of the sisters says one of ours did it. She won't one of ours.
Can you fix it?
Yeah, well, give it to him, love. You'll be all right. Young girl like you'll be up right as rain in no time. Might never be able to walk, though. Says, now you're awake. Can you feel this? Bashes you on the back of your leg. Oh, fuck yes. Right up the side. Singing pain.
Yes.
How about this? Other leg.
Hell yeah.
Yeah. Well, there's hope. Shallya of mercy, she says. Right. Take it. Skirts up. They push your skirts up. You feel this as she starts poking you.
Poking me, not stabbing me, just to be clear.
Not stabbing as in stabbing.
Still hurts.
But poking for a good...
Yeah.
Poke. Ow, yee, ah. Oh, and every time you move. Oh, you can't move. It hurts too much. But you can't stop yourself moving because your body's being self moved. This is the worst. Shallians suck. Poke. Down the length of your leg. And she says, between a poke, you know, if it doesn't hurt, you can just not move sometimes and scream. Poke. Ah! Yeah! Cool test.
Cool test.
See how well she handles this.
She doesn't.
She doesn't. There's lots of screams, much like the screams she heard when she very first came into the temple.
Now I know why. This place is awful.
Indeed. Poke, poke, poke. And you have, it's fair to say, it ended up with significantly more wounds than when you first came here.
And what about the infection? You've not done anything about that.
She looks at you and she says, it's kind of nasty, innit?
Yeah.
Don't you worry, love. We've got the right salve for that. We'll have you sorted in no time, won't we, girls?
They're all praying.
Yes, hi, Mother.
Yeah, we'll have no trouble at all.
Do I feel like they're telling me the truth?
You just have an intuition test.
Whoops. One fail. I have no idea.
All right, go get the basin. We need to clean this one out.
Yes, Mother.
One runs away.
She ends up having her wounds cleaned.
That you're pretty convinced that's just code for torture.
She's getting her wounds tortured. They're torturing her. And they seem to like this.
I've been here before, but, I wasn't expecting it here.
This is pretty much the worst. This is unenjoyable. And they end up having to tie down your legs and your arms to stop you jerking around so much. Oh, ow, yeah! At least they give you something to bite down on hard. They stuff it in your mouth. It's all right. They figure out exactly what the infection issues are, and they decide that the best way to resolve it is by cutting it open and putting leeches in there.
Yeah, whatever. At this point, I'm past caring.
Followed by maggots.
Yeah, well, that'll do the job.
Yep, indeed. Yeah. And then they smear it with a mixture of what smells like urine paste and something else. Okay. And tell you'll have to stay there for a good week.
Okay.
Yay.
Okay.
Yay.
Can I have something to read?
And that was her Tales of Altdorf.
Bed rest.
Yeah, no. I lost a fate point in a temple of Shallya being stabbed by Shallians. It was the best.
Without any opportunity to defend myself, I'm never going to live this down.
It's not, you could have gone better, maybe. A week later, she's in a white robe. Her hair has been nicely repleated by the sisters. They comb her hair out every morning and replete it again. It's almost like some of them feel guilty that you received an injury, that violence could occur inside their temple. The mother apparently doesn't care. She just wanders from place to place, torturing people. But the initiates absolutely do. And they're almost fawning by comparison. At any one point, there's at least 4 praying by you every single day.
Wow.
Apparently, it's important. In that time, you've got to get to know about 20 of their names. In total, you think there may be as many as 150, 200 initiates here.
Wow.
Priestesses, you would guess somewhere in the region of around about 50. Okay. And mothers, there's at least 5, including the one that tortured you.
But not the stabby one.
No, she's not seen again.
Very strange.
And after that week, you're able to walk. It hurts a lot. You have been in a better place than you are right now.
Uh-huh.
And you hear a deep-throated, "Get your fucking hand out of my arse!" Coming from the next one along. "Get your fucking hand out of your arse, you little child fiend!" And then voices, right now we were going to get out unless we try to pull it out. Sorry, Gav, this is what we have to do. Yeah, you just, can anyone else? Sisters, get your bloody hands out of my arse!
Okay.
Look, calm down, you. How else are we going to get it out of you? I don't care. I don't want no girl's hand shoved up my arse. Yes. Well, if you hadn't sat down on it, we wouldn't have to take it out, would we?
Sat down on it.
He says, yeah, of course. Yeah, it's fair. It's just I don't want girls' hands up my arse. Ain't you got any, boys here? He says, this ain't about your sexual enjoyment, Gav. Yeah. Oh, it's not the no, I just need it taken out. Well, it ain't, is it? So, you shut your fucking mouth and we'll get it out of you. And you're a slap. Oi! You can't slap me! I can do what I fucking want. You're in my temple. Hold the big fucker down. And you hear from in front of you, beyond your partition, a deep-throated laughter at that one. As he goes, you're fucking doomed, you are. Girls, hands up your arse. It's going to take at least 3 or 4 of them to get in there to pull that fucker out. You're fucked. He says, as another one goes, oh, shut the fuck up. Where the fuck you are. Fuck! And then more deep-throated laughter from the other.
It's not Gouser, it's...
Nah, too deep a voice.
No.
Similar accent, but too deep a voice.
Yeah. I would be very weirded out if he turned up here.
Yeah, that would be an odd place to just find him randomly there. Random, huh? Shouts, screams, hollers, a bit of laughter from some of the girls who clearly find it vaguely amusing. Laughter is not the right word. Stifle giggle would be better. The laughter comes from the other bloke who's out there whom you also can't see, who seems to think this may be one of the most funny things he has either heard stroke seen. You're not quite sure what he can witness that has ever been placed before him.
It's cheering my day.
Then you hear an audible. Got it! Got it! It's dead.
I'm going to ask what it was.
Then you hear the other side. Oh! Fucking hell! It's dead! Fuck! Was there something living in him? Oh, fucking hell! Oh! Slap! 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 And you hear, fucking shut up or I'll fucking have you! I'll fucking have you!
I'm going to ask one of the initiates what it was they removed.
And they're like, we can't talk to you, we're praying. And on the other side you hear, oh, poor wee mate. Poor thing. The other one says, it's not that small.
I'm going to need to know later when you're not praying.
Yeah, she says, I think it might be one of those squiggles. You know the ones you can use to brush your teeth.
Oh.
As the other one says, no, it ain't one of those. What is it then? Says, I heard it's one of those things that has a big shell on the back.
You hear from behind that, oh, fucking hell. And she's like, bloody, yeah, everyone off me. And then you hear, you'll be sitting down. You got stitches to get.
I'm feeling better about my own injuries now.
Half an hour of stitches. Laughter. Telling off. Holding down. Ropes in place. You can only imagine how he's been spread eagle so they can get those stitches in place. Indeed, your imagination is playing all sorts of tricks on you and you're imagining what sort of craziness is going beyond the partition.
I'm very tall.
Up and look down. And he is like a star. Spread out. With ropes attached to his with a face that's bright red, looking fuming, and they've got sticks in it. As there's a sister and a whole bunch of initiates behind doing this. As they're basically getting taught how to stitch your way very carefully around a particular part of the body that most normally never sees the sunlight. And occasionally she'll turn around and say, right, you got it, sister. You got to be careful at this part. It's very sensitive. And from the other side, over the way, you do hear the deep bellowing laughter after almost every single one of the various pokes. And it does make you feel a bit better about yourself. Back of your legs are covered in small scabs where she poked you.
Yeah, but that's the least of my worries.
It is. But you do feel a bit better. You're moving around. You can shift. He eventually gets finished. Gets up and you hear him go, oh, it feels all scratchy in my arse. It's all scratchy. Yeah, that's the stitching that.
But how am I going to, Yeah, well, yeah, it's a good question. We just got to hope it don't tear. I suggest that you stay here for a while because it's going to tear.
Probably a liquid diet as well.
What do you? What have I just ordered? Yep. Suffering will bring mercy. Mercy will bring suffering.
What?
Yeah, don't eat. What?
Well, I'll just go sit over here and... Oh, yeah. No, I didn't think that through. And then, by the way, as you're giggling away, fucking hell. This is the most entertainment I've had in a week.
Who is that?
You don't know yourself.
Can I see?
Guy's a giant. He's maybe 7.5 foot tall.
Oh, it's taller than me.
Yeah, big belly, big grey beard sitting there, hair receding slightly, big, heavy, thick slabs of muscle by each arm. And he's just sort of sitting on his own, plump down like this, laughing away, looks up at you and goes, "Hey, you're pretty."
So I've heard.
And he squints a little bit and looks up at you. Wait here, I like it.
You're probably the only one in Altdorf that does at the moment.
Well, fuck him.
Well, I'd rather not.
Don't fuck him then.
Looks, yeah.
What are you doing down here?
I came in from an infection and getting stabbed.
All right. I just have my cock tattooed. Says. It's swollen up like 3 times the size it was before.
Well, that's not good.
I don't know. He says. I first thought it was all right, but, when you start pissing pus, you know that something's gone wrong. So I come along, the sister's been an actual quoter with a certain amount of distaste, draining my snake.
And not in a good way.
No, it fucking hurts.
Mm-hmm.
He says, so I'm just sort of sitting here with my legs spread, waiting for it all to go away. Looks up at you. What's your name?
They call me Birdie.
Birdie. Nice name. Do you fly?
No.
Is it because your head's in the clouds?
It's not the first time I've heard that. Something like that.
Aye. Nod. Right. Birdie.
And you are?
Birdie. Uli.
Nice to meet you.
Says, most people call me Big Uli. It's because I'm big. It's not because I'm small. And at the moment, I'm a lot bigger than I'd like. It's nae joke, trust me. It's nae joke. Oh. So I'm going to be here for a while. How about you?
I've been here a week.
I came here 2 days ago. What about stitchy arse through there?
Fair cheered me up, if I'm honest.
I'm honest, and fair cheered me up too. Fuck. And just imagine, I'm glad, did you see?
What was it?
What was what?
Up his arse.
I don't know, I didn't see.
Damn it.
Why don't you ask one of the girls?
They're not being very helpful. I'll keep asking.
Here, girl! He says, you!
Yeah, what is it?
He says, what did he shove up his arse?
Oh, no, it was an accident. He was he were at the zoo and he happened to sit down upon one of the creatures what were wandering around and stuff, and he sort of slipped up in there and
what the fuck was he doing in the zoo with a fucking animal up his arse?
I had no trousers on.
Aye, wait a minute, was he taking a shitter? He says,
I hadn't really thought it through. I suppose he must have been. Maybe you were attracted to, whatever it was you were dropping.
I don't think the attraction went that way. He says, there you go.
But he makes mental note not to go to the zoo, just in case.
There you go. He was having a shit and it just crawled up there. So what are you doing here? What was it?
Well,
an infection, you say? What's that?
Well, I got stabbed.
Right.
Got treated.
Who stabbed you?
Oh, some random guy. It happens.
What did he stab you for? Why did he stab you? Is he married to you?
No.
Oh, I can't think of a reason to stab you then.
No, he's dead now, so it's okay.
Oh, did you kill him?
Yeah.
Nice. He nods. How'd you kill him?
Sword.
Nice.
Through the face.
In the face? Right in the face?
Yeah.
Ha! Nice.
I can't actually remember how I killed him.
Nice.
That sounds good.
You hear a voice from the side. Well, boss, it shouldn't be so loud. Everyone can hear you in temple. He says, aye. Oh, I mean, aye. All right, fair enough. I don't come here very often, do I? I'm not used to it. All this white. Fair turns your tongue. Eh? You've got tongue as well, don't you?
Ah, fuck you.
He says,
so what? You leaving then? Is that you off? Are you done?
When they tell me I can go.
all right.
Well, good luck with it all. Whatever it is, you do the stabbing in the face. That's good.
I'm the Birdie. Normally, just ran into some trouble.
Oh, I thought you were going to say you ran into him. You know, Birdie.
Well,
Eh?
there was a certain amount to that.
Eh?
So what do you do when you're not sitting around dealing with that?
Well, a trader. Mostly. Was a knight once, didn't like it much, so I trade now.
Huh.
You know, I'm down, here and there, wherever I end up. It's down. And I tend to get tattoos. I never got tattooed there before. I got suggested the idea. They're like, fucking hell, that'll be a lot of fucking tapestry to work on, wouldn't it? You need to get yourself one there. And I was like, aye, why not? Aye. What a fucking mistake that was. I don't recommend it.
It's not something I have to worry about.
Well, you never can be sure. He says, I'm not one to make assumptions about folk. I've met a lot of folk that weren't quite what I expected, if you know what I'm saying. And I would much rather just give you the general warning. Don't tattoo your fucking cock down the back streets of Altdorf.
I'll pass that along. Wise words.
The chap at the corner says, you know, they call it on down here. Aye, right, okay. Don't tattoo your horn. He says, I think she might be a northern girl, though. Probably.
You're a northern girl. Where are you from?
Midnight.
Bad luck.
What do you think? Why do you think I'm here?
Worse luck. So, he says, nice meeting you and all that.
You too. Good luck.
I gotta get up and have my walk. Told I gotta do it every hour.
Enjoy.
It's a bit of a waddle as he gets up and he legs really far apart, waddles. Oh, as he thinks as well. It's not exactly my most dignified moment, all right, love?
I won't judge you. It's all right.
He waddles off. I'll go all the way down to that herb garden and all the way back.
Have fun.
She's discharged later that day. She's really sore in the back. And it concerns her because it's not that easy to defend herself with quite so many wounds in her back. However, there is one small part of her that feels pretty confident. And that's that whoever was responsible for doing it almost certainly thinks she's dead. She was stabbed a lot.
Yes.
And she can feel it. She was stabbed a lot. But she can move relatively freely. She's had it worse. Not in her wildest dreams did she expect that the biggest danger she would face was going to the temple of Shallya.
Being stabbed by a little old lady. Oh, the embarrassment of it.
She was a big man.
With muscles.
Several
big muscles.
of them. It was a gang.
Oh, a gang of people. And she took out 5 of them.
Yeah.
And one got a lucky shot in, which caused her to go, ah! And then more shots in the back.
As she composes stories about her own folly. Where's she going? Now dressed in her own clothes, bandages wrapped around her back.
Is the infection cured?
They think so. Don't worry, love. I mean, if it comes back, you'll know. It'll get hot again.
Cheers.
They prayed a lot over it.
Is that good?
You've no idea. They prayed a lot.
However, I have now achieved my short-term ambition and
well done.
Getting my infection treated at a temple of Shallya, just not in the way I expected. Unsurprisingly, grateful.
Short-term ambition, 3 point.
It's just, I don't think the 50 XP was worth it.
So, unfairness aside, what's the plan?
Why do you hate me, Andy?
I know, you must have only one left.
Oh, the present back.
You only one left?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you're down to Alamanowite levels.
Yeah, which means only 1 fortune point.
It does.
Well. So
That's just what you need when you're thinking about doing crazy things.
Well, stopped me before.
Yeah, hasn't. What's the plan?
I guess go on with what I set out to do. Just
What's next then?
Am I near the? I don't know. The temple.
You're in the city.
Well, I can ask before I leave.
You
the temple
can.
of Shallya.
Totally.
Because they owe me some directions at the very least.
At the very least.
I'm looking for the chapter house of the Knights Panther. Because I might as well go.
Which one, love?
I described the one.
Yeah, it sounds like it could be any of them. There's about 5 of them in the city.
It's not far from the High Temple of Sigmar.
All right. That being the case, it's a bit far from here. It's up north. We're down the south.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Right. Going to need to make way.
Can you draw me a map?
Yeah, nah. It's too far.
Okay.
Yeah, no. I'll tell you. Yeah, you can get a cab.
Probably a good idea.
Yeah, probably a good idea. Yeah, love. We'll get you one sorted, all right? Get one call for you.
Where'd you like to go, love?
Take me to the High Temple of Sigmar.
Oh, the Temple of Sigma, the cathedral, you mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, all right.
Cool.
You'll probably intend to do some praying. That's what we're allowed to hear. That's what we're allowed to hear. Get yourself some of the old Sigma, right? Yeah, all right. Get going, Siggy. Says, we're going to your favourite place. It is.
The whole town's a little loony.
As it was before. A truly enormous cathedral. All manner of wings and small chapels abutting it and swooping buttresses and things that you don't know the name of that look very impressive. So many jutty-outy bits. Sigmar apparently liked his jutty-outy bits. And he apparently liked hammers, comets, griffins, crosses. Sigmar was a man of relatively limited imagination as far as you can tell. He definitely had preferences. The temple itself is an enormous building that you think has 12 sides, at least that's what you were told. Now you know why it has 12 sides. And now you're not entirely sure if it's accurate. Each of the 12 tribes of Sigmar that came to his aid, and judging by what Leopold found, there may have been another 3. Is that even real? You have no idea. You did pick up that sword, though. Let's not think about that.
No.
You're at the cathedral. There are many knights. You presume temple knights here to protect it. Folk are coming in and out. So many. Witch hunters. 3 of them on a horse. Wide-brimmed hats. Pistols, and pistols. And a whole bunch of charms down their side.
Okay.
Looks like someone you'd like to avoid if at all possible.
Yeah, all of them.
Lean-looking folk as they're making their way over. A small group of red-wearing priests of Sigmar, bright red robes, being trailed by 4 knights to either side, shining armour, bright red bleeding heart symbols.
Do I know anything about that? I don't think so.
I don't know much about Sigmarites anyway.
No.
But they're there. There's someone moving by in an enormous palanquin, being carried along by a host of very, very bald-headed servants. Are they novitiates, initiates, or something else? You don't know as they're moving their way through. Some nobles, bunch of sightseers, some whole bunch of pilgrims sitting there down, bunch of flagellants over there. Their clothes pushed down to their waists as they whip at their backs with spiked flails.
Yeah, we know what happened to the last lot of flagellants we came across.
It got it.
By the tentacles.
Yeah. From your good friend, Margarita von Wittgenstein. Definitely a pal.
Fine.
There is a mob of folk.
What's your plan?
Well, I'd like to try and just blend in, because all I need to do is make a mark.
Yes, you do.
And then I can...
Particular place, but yes.
And then I can mill away again.
Mm-hmm.
And
easily done.
And do that, and then...
The biggest problem is bending down. Oh, wow, that hurts a bit. Oh, that's not a good sign. Because if you do end up being called, there's going to be a lot of bending up and down.
Oh, well, I'll just have to suck it up.
Yep. Full test to make the mark.
2 successes.
Yep. Do you want to make it?
Yeah. Well, no, I don't want to make it.
Are you going to?
I'm going to.
Scratch.
I have to. There's too much
right.
at stake.
Back here tomorrow about the same time. See if there's been any contact made. You know that this would be, if contact were made, almost certainly the Grace here that she works for as agents. They're the ones that watch this. What are you doing?
I'll mill away from the kind of the knights and stuff. Is there anybody from the watch?
Oh, there's some. There will be some temple watch making their way around.
Yeah, so I will ask for directions to the Knights Panther chapter house.
So it looks at you. Yeah, well, what's I love you on the Knight Panther? Says, well, which order house are you looking for? There's a few of them. There's about 7, I think.
Their symbol is the panther's got a crown on it.
Says, yeah, it's a nice panther.
I thought some did and some don't have the crown.
Are you telling me or him?
I'm asking you.
Yeah, that could very well be the case.
Just trying to think from last time I was here. Okay, where's the nearest one?
He says, right, well, you want the nearest one. It's just down this strasse here. You make your way all the way around the corner. You have to go round the corner to the right. Keep on going. Then it's an hard left down by the bridge. Tuck in under there. Go across the square. Move over this. And you'll be right as rain.
Okay.
Strong test.
1 success.
Good. He wasn't bullshitting you. And you follow the directions as loosely as you can without making mistakes. It's a navigation test.
Yeah.
Navigation test.
Okay. Thank God I became a bar G. 2 successes.
Yeah.
Because I actually have a navigation skill.
You remember this. You know how fine it is in there.
Well,
wood panel. Oh, there's the carvings. There's the door.
So my plan is, before I approach, if I can, to duck down an alley and get changed.
Ow. 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 Yep, you're in your frock.
Right. And I shall approach.
No one's even on the door. Last time there was people sitting there outside the door.
Here. Yeah. So, okay.
Gonna knock there.
I shall knock.
After a small delay, someone opens up. Blue livery. Patch of the single panther head in gold. So it says, well, what is it, love?
I wonder how I would refer to him. Seguelna here.
Who's asking?
If you could tell him that Birdie with the white hair has come to call. I'll wait.
Birdie white hair. Shut him down. All right. Closes the door.
Looks like be home then.
About 5-6 minutes.
Much shorter than waiting in a temple of Shallya. I'm okay with that.
They're punctual. And he returns and says, yeah, you can come in. Although, I'll warn you, if you're not who you say you are, it's probably not going to be good for you.
That's reasonable.
All right. He says, only is just as you remember. Ever so slightly musty. Ever so slightly. But so grand. Carpet so thick. Wall panels so beautifully carved. Shines, polish on everything. Passing by helmets. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 helmets of Knight Panther. Each one of which is adorned with a different creature. You can see your reflection as you pass by one of the helmets, glinting off and distorting across its front face. The little breathing holes in little small rampant panthers to either side.
The attention to detail.
Chef's kiss. It's beautiful. You're taking up a set of stairs, and each one of the stairs is numbered along its entire length with small. You speak classical?
No.
Definitely says something.
Squiggles.
Lots of squiggles all over the place. Indeed, the walls and on the top panels, lots of squiggles along.
I remember saying to Gerhardt there was lots of that thing that he speaks.
Until eventually you're taken to Lord Rickard Wellner's chamber. It's not the same one he was in last time. Today he's in the library.
Nice.
It's a nice library. So many bound books. Gerhardt would love this. Oh yeah, he'd love this place. There's more than he's got. And his library's huge. The library you stole is huge, but whatever. That library, arguably not actually his library, arguably Wittgenstein's library.
Might be his in future then.
It's huge.
Maybe he's doing it for the books.
Sitting there with his moustache, looks up and says, "Well, look what we've got here. That isn't a pretty bird."
Long time no see.
Says, "What? God, so you're not dead?"
Nearly was.
Really? Which bounder would dare to lay hands upon you, Lady Bird?
It was a little old lady masquerading as a mother of Shallya in the temple of Shallya.
Bitch. In the temple of Shallya?
Stabbed me 10 times.
In the temple of Shallya? Sacrilegious?
Yes.
In the temple of Shallya? Really? I think you owe me a tale.
I will happily provide you.
I shall pay initially in alcohol. He says, as he reaches out, rings a little bell. He's sitting in a wheelchair.
That's a development.
It is. He has blankets over his head as he rings the bell. And Livery Band comes in. Yeah? Says, "We require alcohol, please." Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Yeah, I'll only say yes if you don't drink yourself. Says, "Look, it's not for me. I'm paying hard alcohol. That seems fair. You can pay her in coin." Seems fair, doesn't it? I'm sure she could do with a coin. Couldn't you? See? She could do with a coin. "Look, I don't need somebody holding my hand. If I'm going to die, I'm going to die one way or another, aren't I? As well to die with a smile on my fucking face, aren't I?" "Well, you put it that way. I'll put it a different way. Your son gave very precise and clear instructions. We're going to follow them through. It seems fair that I'll follow orders, don't you think, Master?" "There's I see what you're doing. Well, when you see my son, you send him right to me." As he says, "Yep, of course. I'll go get some water." "Do whatever you want. You can tell me your tale." As he sulks. Can you tell your tale? So do we have any particular goal in mind here?
So I wanted to check in with him because she enjoyed spending time with him, and he's very handy for
cash.
No, for the cathedral. For the cathedral.
No, that too, but cash.
Well, I don't think she would necessarily take money.
She did last time.
Yeah, she did last time.
Yeah.
You know,
things go better.
Yeah, I've written to him since as well. I asked him if he got my letter.
No. You send a letter. What did you say?
I told you about my trip to Bergenhafen.
Oh, Bergenhafen.
Well,
fuck any people.
No.
How am I supposed to live my life vicariously through others if there's nothing to vicare?
But when I went to Uber,
that's what I like about you. You understand what I'm saying. If I say that to one of my men, they're like, you what, Governor? Vicariously. Living my life vicariously. Vicariously.
Well, I do have one or two tales to tell.
Yes. About Ward.
An exploding castle. A giant green moon. And I did
Horsley.
and I did fuck someone in Ubersreich.
Was anyone interesting?
Yeah.
Oh, who? Is it a tale? How you got that?
Well, it was a roundabout way. Yeah.
How'd you procead to tell the tales of Ubersreich?
Ubersreich.
It's getting a little bit Inception here.
Yeah.
Tales within tales.
We'll skirt around the details of what went down at Castle of Wittgenstein.
He is very interested in what you have to say. A lonely man who, it's quite clear, is much worse off than he was giving last time. Yes, he's got some nasty wounds and nasty scars, but apparently there's also some relatively long-term effects that have slowly brought him down over the months.
Either that or he's being poisoned.
That's also possibly the case.
Would I be able to tell?
How?
I have low poison.
You would have a poison in particular. What are you looking for? As in, there's more than enough poison that could do what he's in this position.
I guess it's the particular symptoms and maybe checking out any food or stuff that's brought to him just in case. What's your poison? It's not very terribly high. 31.
Yay. No, nothing you can see. Seems fine.
I don't trust you, Law.
Fine. Nothing to see here.
I got stabbed in the Temple of Shallya. That's your fault.
That wasn't great. As things go.
No.
That wasn't great.
But what's funny? Okay, so I shall regale him on the tales. And basically say to him, look, you're the only person I can talk to about this, because I know you'll keep it to yourself.
He says, yes, well, I'm told by the doctor that I'm dying.
That's not good.
No, it's not. Partly parts of my body on the inside. They had to call out a barber to have a good proper look.
Well, I was going to suggest a set Temple of Shallya, but they're quite dangerous.
Well, given your experiences, don't think I would be attending such a thing. For an order that supposedly doesn't refuse anyone, then they were very, shall we say, disinterested in coming out to see me.
Really?
Yeah. They were quite happy for me to go see them. Just not the other way around. We made quite a sizable donation as well, which they just thanked us for.
And you didn't go to the temple?
Oh, no, I don't travel very well just now.
Shame. I was gonna suggest we blow this joint.
I don't think there's going to be a great deal of blowing going on anymore, I'm sorry to say. Says, those days are behind me now. My son was rather kind when he said he was surprised that my voice wasn't at least a whole octave higher.
Nice. He seems like an absolute charmer.
Well, he understands my dry humour. But the physician tells me that I don't have a great deal of time left, so I'm rather delighted to see you.
I'm glad I've stopped by.
Actually, he rings the bell.
Is there anything I can do?
Oh, you do a very good job of looking pretty. It says you're already quite skilled at that. I don't think you need to do anything else. Well, to tell the honest truth. Eventually, someone responds to his wrong bell. Yeah, let's go. I'd like you to go call my son. I'd like him to meet the good lady. You sure? He says, I did just bloody tell him to, didn't I? Go do it. He ain't going to approve, is he? The one makes life more difficult than it already is. You know what I'm saying? Well, of course I'll go and do it. I'm just making sure that you've thought this through. You know what he thinks about this sort of thing. I'll go what he thinks. All right.
Well, having tea is not exactly groundbreaking.
Yeah, sure. Yes.
I'm offended.
Oh, quick. He doesn't like whores very much. My son.
Good job I'm not one then.
Yeah. He says, don't try to pretend to be something you're not. That's what I said.
I'm not?
Well, of course you are.
No, it's something I have done, but I'm not. It's not my source of income.
Well, what do you have for then?
I liked you. I liked your stories.
Oh, pish posh. Pish posh. He says, pish posh. And throws a coin bag at you.
Fling it back at him.
Poof. Ah! Ow! No, that's not how it works. This is for you. He throws and drops it down at your feet. It's for you. That's for you. I've been keeping it just in case you came back.
You don't have to pay me.
Of course I do. Take it. Take it.
I pick it up and just pop it down on the table.
What do you even think you are? Everybody needs money. You don't turn your nose down at money or up at money or across at money. You just don't nose money, is what I'm trying to say.
Of course I need money, but I don't necessarily need to be paid to hang out with friends.
We barely know each other. We only met twice, and a lot of that you spent out jiggling naked.
That's because all my clothes got stolen.
No, it's because I like to wiggle around naked, and you know it, don't you? Try to pretend it wasn't that.
Okay, to be fair,
That's exactly what it was.
the stripped Scarlet Widow was entertaining.
See? There we go. See, now you're just... Right. We need to get cards, and you can bloody earn your coin then. Give me that.
Maybe-
You can bloody... No! You can earn... No! You can earn your coin. Get your dice and gamble test with me, woman.
After your son has been.
No! Gamble test.
Okay.
I need my gamble test.
I do have... No, I fumbled.
Well, he's going to win that one then.
Yeah.
Well, I shall buy that item and that item and that item. You haven't got anything there. There's your coins. Give me your clothes.
He doesn't know I have a spare set.
There we go. He says, you just got to dress. You know where I don't do where.
Okay. You want to see my scars? Because I'm swathed in bandages.
Turn round. Bloody take them off then.
No.
I want to see your scars.
Can you bind them back up again afterwards?
No!
Can I?
I'll get the doctor to do it. We've got one on staff. I'm sure he wouldn't mind an eyeful.
Fine, but get him here first so that he can sort it.
The doctor, rather prissily,
I just kind of
unsure of how to respond to this.
Yeah, this is really not my job. I'm supposed to be here to handle men.
So I show him my scars.
As he goes, oh, look at that turnaround. My, you really got a problem. Look at that, that's livid.
She was 90 if she was a day. It's so embarrassing.
That's that. Is that? What do you think, Doctor? Is that 2 stabs or 1? Is that? I have a certain professional curiosity.
He appears in.
So I'm just standing here.
It's really rather well stitched.
Is it? Good, yes. Sorry, I don't have my glasses. All I can see is the colour. Give my glasses, will you? Yeah. So he pews in. Oh, it's worse than I thought. I was just seeing all the crisscross. Yeah. I know, pills.
One of them went straight through.
Who did not? Let's see the front. And Doctor. Oh, there we go. There we go. That was straight up at the belly there. You might never be having children.
I'm not too worried about that.
No.
What do you want, Father? Oh, got a naked girl in here again. He says, no. She's showing me her scars. Of course she is, Father.
Let's look. I turn around.
You've got a pretty naked girl. She's a lot cleaner than your normal sort. What's this? I wanted you to meet. This was the Birdie I was talking about. You know, the little white bird. You know? Yes.
She draws herself up to her full height, puts on her best courtly nana, and holds her hand up.
Unexpectedly charmed, he says.
Looks
His
to me.
forehead to your hand. Got etiquette nobles?
Yes.
Perfectly done. Do yourself a charm test.
1 success.
Better than none. Or a fail. Or a fumble. I really lost the cards. It was bad.
Yes.
As he looks at you. So this is the he says, this is the white birdie girl. The ladybird. And he goes, yeah, she's pretty. I want you to marry her.
I'm married, Father. Yes, but whatever. I didn't like her. Yes, Father says, well, she's very pretty. I have a son. She could marry him. It's just, I'd like to leave her something. Father, she's a whore.
Actually, I'm not.
Father, she looks like a whore.
Excuse me?
You look like a whore. I mean, it's fair. He says, his father, you are in a somewhat a compromising situation that no lady would ever find herself in.
Only because I let you play cards with me and you cheat horribly.
I cheat very well, thank you very much. He says, take offense at that.
Father.
Your father has my clothes. He won them fair and square.
I did? Look, I'm going to keep them. I intend to try them on later. He says, Father, please. Well, embarrassing you. Well, I'll be dead soon. Isn't that what you want? Dead.
Father, you don't need short like that. The doctor said that there's some hope and you'll get over this particular issue. It's just another hill. You've been worse than this before.
So they say. I'm dying. We all know I'm dying. We should just accept it, shouldn't we? Embrace what lies beyond. I'll pass through the portal, shake Maul by the hand, and say, I'm following after Matoja. It came first, I'll come second. You know what I'm saying? Do you get it, son? Father. He says, well, she gets it. She gets it. See, she gets it. You get it, doctor.
No, I yes, I do.
Looks over at the son for help.
He says, you should probably. Oh, right, thank you. Thank you.
Once you've wrapped me back up.
He says, yes, you better get yourself clear off the table, says the man.
He is shorter than you.
Many men are. About 6'1", 6'2", you guess. Dark hair, well-dressed, blue livery, legs Panther symbol there. Also, gold trim around everything, giving him quite a clear rank. But that isn't what gave him the rank in particular for you. It was the deep, shimmering thread used to create the roaming panthers all over the blue of the livery. He catches the light in a way that just makes you, oh, there's a panther there.
Pretty.
Oh, it's moving. There's his paw. Doing the paw thing. Yeah. As he helps clear off that. And as you're getting stitched up, you hear him talking with his father.
Father, we have to stop doing this.
I didn't know such thing. I quite enjoyed when the old ladybug came around last time. And then she just disappeared. So we got some other people around. That was fun. Now she's back again. I think that she deserves a reward. Have you been throwing money at her? Of course I've been throwing bloody money at her. I've got more money than I know what to do with. The last trade route came back and it was over 2 million score. He says,
yes, well, that might be the case, but that doesn't...
No. That trade route's mine and that trade route will be yours when we're done. We said, if I want to throw through gold, let me do so. I don't care, neither do you. We don't need the money.
It's not about that, Father. It's about simulationship.
Simulationship? Who's teaching you this bollocks, boy?
Says, oh, it's just the mother.
Mother was a whore.
He says, no, she wasn't. You can't call mother that just because she slept with one of your colleagues, so to speak.
Oh, now you're saying it. Well, there's nobody pretending that... I would just prefer if we approach this in a professional and discreet manner. And, well, if she's professional, then we just give her the money. As he goes, no, Father. There's, look, she's giggling over there. I can hear her. She's listening in, you know. I think she might be a spy. And he goes, oh, Father. Look, I indulge you because of your particular condition. Says, well, you get your horn cut off and see how you feel about it all.
Well, it's not just that, as you know.
Well, of course I bloody know it. It's the bit that I worry about.
Says, have you considered perhaps getting a maid? We can employ her. Would you like to be employed as a maid?
Unfortunately, I already have a job as a barge swain.
A what?
A barge swain.
You work on a barge?
I'm part owner of a barge.
Then what are you whoring yourself for?
I'm not whoring myself.
See? Even she says she's not a whore.
I met your father. He seemed nice. We had a good time. So while I was in town, dropping off some armaments to the Altdorf army, I thought I'd pop by and say hello.
Looks here. Well, who exactly are you then?
She's Ladybird, told you. Goodness, keep up, son.
No, what's your actual name?
I have quite a mouthful. I am known, most people call me Birdie because my full name is Brynhilde Birgitte Frost.
Right. I see.
Doesn't exactly roll off the tongue.
No, it sounds better, actually.
Mm.
Birgitte. Well, that's a good name. It's a proud name. Quite like that name. Why didn't you say I know? I didn't know.
You never
Or
asked.
I forgot. I don't know.
No, you never asked him.
Did I not ask?
To top, so yes.
Well, why would I? She was jiggling around like that. What's it to ask for? She wants to be called Birdie. She can be called Birdie. Very rude just asking her name. Like, she didn't want to keep it hidden or something. I mean, I just presumed it was a professional name. She says,
No, it's a nickname.
so my father mistook you for a prostitute.
A what? But no, a harlot.
Yes, I would be doing prostitutes.
I love that there's degrees of bawdry.
It's not like we went down to a bloody bottle house. We didn't do that. She came to me, pretending to be catching rats and the like.
Yeah, I think that's what they said.
That's what you said, isn't it? Calls over to your table.
Well, at the time, I was a rat catcher. I've improved my lot since then.
To being a barge swain.
I'm very good with ropes.
No, let's see.
I'm getting frightfully confused here. Are you or are you not some sort of woman of the night?
I'm not a professional whore. No.
Part-time?
When it suits me.
Right. It's just I have a party in 2 days' time.
Huh.
He says, and you're very pretty, and I think you do very well. You wouldn't require much, just wandering around looking very pretty.
I have some things to do, but if I'm free, I would happily come along.
See, I told you, boy. What party is it? Oh, right. Yes, of course, Father. Nothing that really matters. What are you feeling from me? I won't be having you keeping anything from me. It's just you can't come. You're in a...
Of course you can.
You're in a wheeled chair. He says, we can't get you that.
Of course you can.
No, shh.
No. Yes, I'll be going. I'm looking forward to it already. What a day. You can escort me.
I would love that.
No, that's not. No. This is for the night. Nice panther. No, it's actually.
Father, I have pressing business. He leaves. Really?
Looks like we're going to a party.
Really? Did you see that?
Oh, well,
Did you see that? Here, here's your clothes. Tossing them over.
smack 'em.
Right, hell. They're trying to muscle me out of party for nice fun.
Well, we'll see about that.
Well, we just. The next day, she has a decision to make.
Mm-hmm.
Does she go to the Skaven? Go down into the Under-Empire? Or does she just hold out for a night's Panther party?
Well, it's 2 days,
It is.
so I could do both, assuming I don't die during the first one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And if you die during the first one, it won't matter if you miss it.
Exactly.
There you go. I think that's pretty good.
Birdie logic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She is approached with a busy Sigmarite square.
I swapped my clothes back
Hmm.
to the less good ones and left my bag with Guelma.
By a young man. His eyes are darting around all over the place. Ah, you. Birdie woman. Birdie woman. Yes, is that you? Yes.
Yes, of course it is.
You're big.
Yeah.
I to sneak hard. To sneak hard. I don't like this. Not one bit. No.
I have orders.
You need hood. Hood over our face. I don't want to be seen with you. You know. No.
I'm sure we can buy a scarf from our vendor or something.
Yeah, it'll be super cheap. 3 shillings. However,
Altdorf is such a...
she has been given 39 gold.
Jeez, oh. I told her I didn't want any money.
It'll be paid for your clothes. 39 gold.
I'll probably just get it stolen. I never get to keep money.
Or the Skaven will steal it when you go below.
Oh no, I've left my bag with the Knights Panther, so I'll leave the money with him.
Oh, then you won't have your money with you.
Well, I've got my silver.
Sounds good?
Yeah. Only what I was prepared to lose, remember? So there's my 3 silver for my hopefully very attractive scarf.
It's not attractive.
No.
But it does have a hammer on it.
I feel like I blend in now.
You wrap that aluminium white style around your face. Sorted.
Better?
No, come on. Now. Quickly. Or someone sees. No, come on.
So twitchy. More time at human school needed.
He takes you down a host of streets, then a back alley, then a bunch more streets. And eventually, you arrive at a flop house.
Nice.
Flies buzz in the heat. And the inside stinks of dried urine and just a good bit of peppering. Dried shit too.
Well, back to normal.
Stealing yourself, aware of what's about to come. Birdie is led in. Filthy old woman is leaning behind a counter. Looks up. Yeah, would you shouldn't be coming in here this hour. It's the daytime. You've been told, ain't you? Shouldn't be coming at this hour. Have to take this one now down. Covering you. Too big. Never fit. Says, must go now. Here. Oh, this is a big one. She ain't never getting down there. Now.
I'll unwrap that thing and let my hair out.
Oh, fuck you. No, she's talking. Look at this. She's a giant. He goes, must come first.
I'm under orders, I have to. If I can't get through this way, you'll have to find me another way.
Well, send it through, she's okay. So you're right, all right? Yes, whatever. Yeah, this way. You pass by a small den where 6 semi-conscious people are away on some drug or another.
Mm-hmm.
Pass another one rutting all around from various groans and corners. Until eventually you arrive at the end of a longer corridor. Steps lead down, filthy steps at that.
Mm.
A rat scurries away, and then another rat and another rat. And down there, a big fellow is yawning. So, what goes? Don't want you here. You're not meant to be here till evening. I called Bill, it just woke me up. I ain't happy. He says, "Oh, take go now." Well, no, we don't open up during the day, you know that. Now. What's wrong with you? Come back in night time, all right? Now, orders, now. She's a big one, though, eh? You're lucky if she can fit.
Stop going wild. It's probably going to hurt as well.
Says, now. Well, so be it. Goes over and moves aside. Giving a gap of about that and that. Give it a go if you must. And the passageway doesn't get taller on the other side. It's just a long thing crawling to darkness. Go, get.
She's not bulky, so...
No, she's not.
She's just
she's skinny.
Crawl. Yeah.
Okay.
Ow.
Full test, please. Let's start off with that. This is going to be so much fun. You're really looking forward to it.
I love my family.
Yeah.
I'm going to use my single fortune point
Oh, wow.
to get rid of that 88.
Oh, wow. Well, that would have been a good start. I say keep it.
No, I'm not playing to you. 3 successes.
Sweet. I've left it test now.
Bye-bye. Single fortune points.
Who needs them anyway?
Yeah. Just test. 4 successes.
Yeah, please. Well, this is a little room.
I'm guessing this isn't the first time I've been through tunnels.
You've been through tunnels many times. It's not going to cause you specific claustrophobia. You grew up in this sort of thing. You're more likely to suffer from the opposite type of phobia. Out there in the big wide sky, fuck that. Another rat passes by. As you move off into the darkness, you know your eyes are never going to quite accommodate to this.
Well,
But you do the best you can. You're down there for almost 15 minutes of crawling.
mm-hmm.
And for a while, you think, nope, this isn't going to happen. They've sent me to my death, haven't they? The wrong one's got it. I'm just crawling to nothingness. I'm just going to keep crawling until I'm dead. It was well to lie down and burst through to the other side. Holy shit balls, you're through. Into a black, pitch black, empty space on the other side. And the distant sounds of squeaking. Occasional screech. Relatively high near the surface too. You haven't gone down much. You would say you're probably still almost on ground level.
Yeah.
Maybe you moved into a hill. Because that's possible. But you still don't feel like you could be that deep down. And then you hear a voice in Creekish go, "Who? Who?"
Are they talking to me or to the...
You don't know. You're just hearing something going, who, in your general direction.
It's an owl.
What are you doing?
I'll see if my guide... Is my guide still with me?
No one with you.
All right, in which case...
Yeah, you're alone.
I will say I'm here to report to the school. See
Language?
Squeakish, obviously. Squeakish, as I like to think of it.
And then a poke in your buttock. Another poke in your buttock. Name!
They call me Whitebird.
Then a chittering of squeakish. You got me saying it. Oh, darn it. She wins. Squeakish between two the statement. In a dialect you don't know.
Oh, okay.
It's higher pitched as they're chittering away between them.
That's unusual.
And then one says, "You, follow hard, follow tight, follow close. Okay. Follow or die, yes?
Yes.
Understand, yes? Understand, yes?
Yes.
And then wallop across the face. And it hurts. And it causes your back to twist.
I'll just...
And you feel a stitch breaking with the... Oh, there's several of them here. Oh, in the corner, one of them's got glinting eyes. You just catch some sort of glow coming from it. It's probably been eating something it shouldn't have been. As its eyes flicker in your direction. And you're pushed from behind. You just stumble. You're in the dark. It's almost impossible to see.
Yeah.
You're used to being carted about from one place to the next, at least where you could half see.
Yeah.
They always had some sort of loose, whether bioluminescence or whether they've got their own torches or whatever else. They can't see perfectly in the dark either.
Yeah.
But they can see pretty well in the dark. There's a good 5 minutes worth of being pushed about from place to place, stumbling, following, until ahead you can see a dull, ruddy glow and the distant sounds of industry as you start to move down.
Okay. What kind of industry can I see?
No, you can hear clacking of machinery, squeaks and screech, the crack of a whip. And you burst out near the top of a cavern.
Okay.
This cavern is big. Several football stadiums in size. And there is workings on all sides. Wooden scaffolds. Big, huge wheels everywhere, powering engines with rats, huge rats,
slaves on the other one moving through the treadmill. More rats over on that side, powering this great gear and other great gears. And it's lifting up some form of mining, you think, from below? It's difficult to tell. And there's an enormous stagnant pool of water in the center of it, glowing in various places, out of which it's all coming. It drips water as it comes out. Doesn't surprise you. Altdorf is soaked anyway, surrounded by marshes. The idea that there'd be water under a city where the Reich and the Talabek is sitting up there, huge rivers, no great surprise. The fact this isn't all full of water is more of a surprise than anything else. But you do remember once your father discussing how they managed to keep the air in pockets. And they often used water to do it. I'm not sure how that worked. You never really understood it. But the way that they flooded some of the tunnels that their rivals were in were to open a hole up to the air above, and it would just all come piling up and drown all the rats. Yeah, pockets of air that they used to hold. And they did something to the air to make it breathable for longer periods of time so the slaves didn't die.
They didn't teach us engineering at human school.
No. Why would they? But you do remember your father monologuing more than actually telling you as he was pacing backwards and forwards, figuring out how he was going to destroy his most recent enemy. You get poked along. One of them has got himself a long stick with a pokey bit on the end and a big barrier so that you can't get past it as he's poking you from behind, pushing each time. And yes, it hurts each fucking time. So keeping ahead of that is probably for the best. And now you can actually see.
That's easier. I can pick up.
Here's the Skaven don't have much in the way of good health and safety. There's no decent barriers up to stop you just going and falling off the edge as they scuttle along near the top. It is quite the sight, this big working. But then moving down to the next tunnel, 5 minutes worth down this tunnel, through the darkness for a bit, lots of stumbling, lots of scraped knees. It could be better. Out onto the other side. This is something she has never seen before. Her previous, let's call it Warren, where she was living under, let's say Midnight. It was tight. Lots of tight passages, small caverns, tight passages. This isn't. This is a city. It has buildings. There are, she can't even count. Well, she had supernumerary.
Gerhard, why are you not here?
There are thousands of buildings. Caverns, holes. There's streets with Skaven walking up and down them. Some of them storm vermin, bigger ones. Big, huge ogres over there. Rats, ogres, not ogres. No, there's ogres over there as well. It's an actual undercity. It's actually slightly breathtaking.
Yeah.
The cavern is enormous. It's actually enormous. It may be as much as, it's hard to tell. I mean, she can barely see the far end of it. And it's just fires and life and light and people swarming. Thousands? Hundreds of thousands? She doesn't know. Loads of them.
Do Skaven have such a thing as a capital city?
You don't know.
My education's sorely lacking.
Lord Skaven?
I do have Lord Skaven.
Then you might know. Always good to have the skills.
It's more under Empire. So
that'll do. Yeah.
3 successes.
Skavenblight.
Skavenblight.
And it's far, far away.
Right. So this is probably not even the biggest.
This is still, no.
Okay.
This is fascinating. There's a part of her that can't help but go, glog.
Well, yeah. Never seen
Look at it all. How could you find a cultist in all of this if there was one? If there's cultists down here, could they actually make any difference? What you find really interesting is you're looking around and trying not to look like a rubbernecking tourist as you get a poke from behind. Move!
Gotta keep my eyes down.
Yeah, totally. Don't look any of them in the eye. Keep your eyes down. Keep your eyes flicking to the side. It's huge! There's like scaffolding coming down, green growing bits up there. There's carts that flow between them. They're carrying stuff. There's some scurrying around up there, others down there. There's levels, clearly. Wide open streets Streets isn't necessarily the word you would use if it wasn't the fact it's being used like a street.
Yeah.
So many of them. They're living their lives.
Wow. It's pretty sweet, actually, compared to Midnight.
They're living lives. Now, that's obvious. Of course they are. It's an entire society.
But I've never seen this before.
But you've never seen this before.
No.
And with her eyes flickering, she's beginning to spot differences.
Wow.
Yeah, there's different clans down there.
Mm-hmm.
She can see almost, that bit over there is guarded. The bells over there.
Mm-hmm.
That's probably a temple. As she's slowly but surely piecing together, there's a Rushmore River in the distance, so there's clearly water flowing through this area. Rats everywhere. Literally everywhere. But then birds, cats, dogs.
Oh.
What's the difference?
Yeah.
You're used to birds and cats and dogs up above. Down here, it's just rats.
Well, there was always rats growing up.
Oh, and there's a bat. Not just rats. There's bats too. Oh, no. That's a rat bat.
Have I come across those before?
Nope.
Oh.
There's a flapping of a bunch of them. Over in the far distance, one clan that you do recognize. There's a raise, a miasma rising above it. This place has got a holding for Clan Moulder. You know Clan Moulder because your father, he did business with them once and bought a host of big slaves. And a representative of Clan Moulder came, a slave master, and they did some dealings. You were sitting in it at most of those meetings because you were pure and white and perfect. And the perfect slave that they got to see. They tried to purchase you. They tried again. 2 weeks later, they tried to kidnap you.
So it wasn't the guys that eventually stole me?
No.
That was a different clan.
Yeah.
Okay. She kind of rubs her wrists at the very thoughts of it.
No, Clan Moulder, they tried, and then they tried to assassinate you. None of them worked.
Yeah, nice try.
Yeah, quite. But that was only because your father was there to protect you more than anything else. This is an undercity. It's huge. And every time you look, you see one more detail that just shocks you. That bell that you thought was that close is actually much further away than you first thought. And it's just big.
It's huge.
Yeah. Too far away. It's not a cow though, but it's definitely a bell. Really, really far away. Over there. A host of what looks like chanting priests or something, all holding up scrolls in a big, huge circle at a slight angle. And they're all screeching away over there, and you can just almost hear the screeches. And they're screeching up at a carving of a pair of horns coming out from the ceiling above. It's hard not to rubberneck. And every time you look up there, gunmen, one of them fires down into the crowd. Someone's just been sniped. Holy shit. Dangerous.
Proper skating city. Yeah. Wow.
And you can't help but think that someone out there wanted you dead. And they gave it a good go the other night. Why didn't they wait?
Yeah.
Down, round the edges, and then you're taken right through the center.
Wow.
You are a full head and shoulders above most. You stand so high, even with your head down.
Wow.
So high. For anyone that happens to be looking on the outside, it's this sea of brown and this white. Perfect figure moving through the middle of it all. Your back itches. You just feel that someone's going to shoot you.
You want to say I feel the crosshairs.
It just... Fortunately, when the shot does come, it misses. I was going to roll it though, just in case it hit. And hit one of the guards beside her, right through the head.
Why would they do that? Is it? Have I any idea why gunmen would be taking pot shots? Is it a clan thing?
You have no idea. It could be anything.
This place is very confusing.
There's as many potential reasons as there are Skaven out there to order a hit.
I suppose.
Yeah,
I've never felt backs watery before. But,
That's one dead scave. Screeches all round. The air smells, stinks as they all fart like crazy. The musk of fear has been released. A whole bunch of other skaven prostrate themselves. Are you dropping? Or are you staying up? You're right down. All around, others are down. The corpse, gets dragged by another one, pulled off as an argument starts over the corpse's things. The one of the ones that was taking you goes over and just stabs wildly into it. Back, out!
The ones who are scrabbling at it. Arms up, backing off, slowly. Halberd up. Life continues up. Someone's dead, whatever. One of them scurries forward. Walk, talk, yes. Yes. Dad. Stop. Tosses him over as a whole bunch of slaves, beggars, skaven who are disadvantaged. Who can say? Swarm in. Many of them start eating. There's a human in amongst them. Eating away as well. It's interesting.
Food's food.
There's a certain part of our sociological examination going on in the back of her brain. Population counts, numbers. There's a lot of skaven here. But she would put a good quarter to a third of the population as human. At least.
And are they all behaving like slaves, or are they actually humans living down here?
You're not convinced it's not a good mixture of both, but it's difficult to tell.
Because that's
some of the humans are moving around freely.
Yeah, because that's where the purple hand could really get foothold.
Yeah. And it does appear that there are some humans down there, and they're not all naked. Some of the slaves are naked. Not all. I mean, you're not naked yet.
No, then.
Yeah, they haven't stripped you.
Yeah,
so far. But yes, there's quite a lot, and many are toiling. You can see those ones working a wheel over there, those ones spinning around, working away, others sorting through what looks like to you detritus, looking for something. But it's not just humans, they're working with Skaven as well. But you know that Skaven keep Skaven as slaves. So they're basically all the same. You have not spotted any dwarves yet. Halflings. Probably would have spotted them if you weren't looking for them. They're shorter. Easy to miss them. Plus, when they're hunched over their bellies, they're down. It's not just that they're tiny, they're Skaven around them, but they can also from the back look like a small Skaven. Yeah. Just like they could look like a small, a very round human, possibly as well.
Yeah.
And something else that she notes, and she has noted this before, but it is worth making it really clear because she's been going through a lot of different experiences. Barely any mutants.
Interesting.
It is interesting.
Yeah.
Given what you now know about Warpstone.
Yeah.
About its effects. About the lives they lead. The vast majority of them. There's a lot of scars. A lot of missing bits. Missing fingers. Missing arms. Missing eyes. Missing teeth. Missing nose. Missing ears. Lots of clear struggles for dominance.
Yeah.
And you know amongst the Skaven that for all it's very easy to assume life is cheap, it is. They are quick to establish dominance and stick with it. If you're beaten, you back down fast and you'll probably survive. They bare their throat and normally they'll go, good, you know your place now. You're mine now.
Yeah.
Their society functions. It's not broken. Yes, death happens occasionally. Yes, assassinations occur. And attempts to kill aren't uncommon. But
there's rhyme and reason to it. That's
there
the
is.
thing. It's not random, generally.
And you have learned to negotiate it. You know to prostrate yourself wherever you go. You know to keep your eye contact to an absolute minimum. You know no back chat. The slightest bit of back chat and you know your life is potentially worth much less than their pride. And their pride can very easily be pricked because they are touchy creatures.
Yes.
Really touchy. But you've negotiated this more than once, and you're down here by choice as you're being led through the streets again, almost as if their mate hadn't just been killed. You pass by, what do you even call it? Let's call them tents. They're definitely made of skin and stitched together. And they have a host of icons scraped on them and daubed in shit and blood and maybe some form of paint that isn't... No, they're not beastmen.
Oh, okay.
No, not at all. These ones here are... God, you'd swear that this one there is a Nipponese person.
Wow.
Because you've seen, you may. And there he is, standing straight, his hair pulled tight back into a small knot that hangs down, and he looks Eastern. A blade, and another blade, long, almost entirely straight, cut at the end. The swirl and the elegance of what he is wearing is significant.
Unusual in a place like this.
He is dealing with a Skaven who is sitting, gesturing in front of him. Long black robes hanging off him. A hood that he pushes back as he's talking. The other one says, in Reichspiel. No, I refuse. Your deal does not interest me. Your deal is made from sunshine and moonlight. There is nothing of substance here. As ye know. And as you're passing, you hear it say in Reichspiel, I will have want. What? I have wants. No, he says, you will not. But then you're out of sound.
Nipponese traders? Just...
What is this? What is that?
Mind blown.
What was that?
So many questions.
As you pass by, a great palanquin, and on the top of it, an enormous rat. Skaven. Truly big. Pair of horns, white-grey fur, and fat. Really big. This Skaven is maybe as much as 10 times the size as the others.
Just grey hair, obviously.
1, 2, 3, 4 heavy cheeks with young ratlings sucking on them.
Oh.
She's huge. As she's being carried through and sees you and raises up a paw and says, stop! 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 Its head looks almost too small for the horns, one of which is chipped and fragmented at the end. And it leans down and says, that one, pointing directly beside you.
God.
As Skaven, who is prostrated down,
We're all doing our,
looks around. Everyone looking at it realizes it's the one that's getting looked at, pointed at, and then goes, Great fat mother. Great fat mother. Says, I am willing servant. Yes, willing servant. Servant to fat mother.
And I'm assuming this isn't taken as an insult.
You've no idea.
Well, he's still breathing.
It's a good assumption.
He's still breathing, so.
And it raises its hands. You're down and you can almost feel its movement. And you hear it say, Frigate, quick, quick. Claws reach out to him and yank him off as you see him. His face. As that Skaven is dragged away just out of your line of sight and then up.
Oh.
And you hear, drink from the mother. Drink, drink.
Well, that's pleasant.
And it's carted off past you.
So I never get to find out what it does. damn it.
And you're very quickly, poke, 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 go, quick!
I'm not resisting. It's like, this is weird. God.
There, you get round a corner, and they're like, white bird, it steals quick, not going to steal, white bird, yes, no, but no, what do we, hide, no, must deliver white bird, can't deliver white bird, must deliver white bird. Then they both look at you, and then one of them goes, yes.
I act casual, like I've not noticed any of it.
And then pokes you in the side. No, you, no, man thing, go, white bird, man thing. And the one behind goes, we should run, yes, quick.
Great, okay, let's jog then.
Jog on, Birdie.
Do yourself an athletics test, please.
0 successes.
Well, it's better than none.
Yeah.
I mean, it almost was none.
Yeah. That's a whole 9.
Bumping into someone. Ow.
I don't do a lot of running on the barge.
Oh, you're bleeding down your ass crack. Oh.
Delightful.
Oh, that's just lovely.
Hey, you're still dressed.
Yeah.
Score.
Woo.
Take it as a
They've got away from what they consider to be the worst of the two big rat ogres are making their way down the thoroughfare, and the top of one of them is a Skaven with a big pair of goggles and a whip. As he goes, shoo, crack, shoo. As they move forward in their big fists. And they pass by as they're like,
we're all doing that.
Go. They scutter by a troop of storm vermin, all red armored, lacquered,
nice,
bright, shining, weapons all edged with green, what looks like green pus that drips ever so slightly. You can hear the hiss of it on the blade. Some of their armor has small spots where they've been less careful with their weapons than they could have been.
Okay. Acid then.
Most of them have got at least 2 scars. Not from being stabbed. Acid scars from their weapon. A troop of them moving in formation. In the center of them, being carried, sitting on a small throne, is another Skaven. Lacquered in red, much bigger. He's looking around them.
Sort of warlord kind of
very probably
territory. Yeah.
He has a big crested helm. Big heavy plates hanging down to either sides of his flared ears, one of which has a chunk out of it. One tooth licked. As he stops, his hand up, and in Queekish, accented heavily, stab. Now. As the weapons are lowered to all sides, and a big amount of space forms around us as your final 2 escorters pull you off to the side. Stop. Yeah, as it says, that one, bring it here. That one, here now. Pointing directly at you.
No surprise there.
Clump, grabbed, pulled forward.
Eyes down.
It looks down. Speaks to one of the Skaven down there. Hippo, yes? It's the one down there. So, then peers over the remainders to see you. Says, make it stand. Make it stand. As you're pulled up to your feet. As it looks over. Yes. Good gift, yes. We are blessed by the whole draft this day.
And the other one says, yes, we shall say that, yes. And he says, yes, blessed by the whole brat this day. And then one of your caretakers speaks out.
Saves me having to do it.
And goes,
Great master.
says,
Great master. We carry the possessions of Gracia Thanol.
Clang as the name gets dropped, hopefully.
as he looks around. Okay, he's not been killed. Good start.
Mm.
No one challenged you. Better start. And he sort of raises himself up slightly, but doesn't look at the Warlord in the eye. And then puts his head back down again. As the Warlord, who was looking directly at you, says,
Yes. Good. We are beneficent in our mercy. Before the horned rat.
the one down there says,
Yes, say that. Yes, merciful.
says, yes, we know mercy for grey seers.
Pet.
Says, we will be blessed
By horned rat. Yes. Take it.
That's how Birdie finds herself being escorted by a large number of stormbowmen.
There are worse ways to arrive.
Yeah, there are. Athletics test.
So no fail.
Ouch.
Yeah. Burnt.
By the time she gets there, she has about 12 spots that are blackened, and one of them's bleeding.
Oh, nice.
Oh, she is so sore. She is so very, very sore.
I hate my life.
You're taking up some steps. And then halfway up, they all stop. And the one that's beside you says, go up. No, go. At the top of the stairs, there are two brown-furred skaven, standing with halberds tall. Their armour looks nowhere near as cool, or as burnished, or as fizzled as the ones you've been going with. They look down. One of your escorts comes out the side.
Yes. Yes.
It's pushed off by one of the stormbowmen. Thunk, thunk. Sits there crawling at the bottom.
You say, Warlord. Here now.
He says it quickish.
He wants me to say
Looking at you. You heard what you heard.
Warlord?
Yes. Warlord. Yes. Warlord Scatry.
Scatry.
Scatry. Say now.
Warlord Scatry.
Is your savior? Yes.
Oh, yes,
Saved
yes.
you, yes.
Absolutely.
Tell.
And points up towards the gate.
Of course. Yes, yes.
Then turns around, puts his hand up. Yeah, and the one on there. You're left by yourself to wander up the steps.
I kind of bow in thanks to him. And then
As you get higher and higher, quickly becomes evident you're going to be hiring the Warlord.
awkward.
Yeah.
I walk quicker. Because I have to deliver the message. If I don't deliver the message, I'll get thumped.
You know?
So
Up to the top of the stairs. The two skating on the top of the stairs are looking at you. One says, in Reichspiel, and no accent manipulation at all, exactly how it speaks.
And why are you here?
I'm here to report to Lord Thanol.
An absolute shock.
Yeah.
Great Lord Thanol. Yes.
Yes.
Great Lord Thanol. Yes.
Yes, yes. He's expecting me.
Go in now.
Thank you.
And the other one says in Queekish,
What did you say? What? What did you said?
and he says, back in return,
Told girl, yes, must go in, yes.
as the other one says,
I wish I could. I could talk like that, yes?
Pretty good.
And he goes,
Clever.
I would give him feedback, but I don't think that would go down too well.
excuse me, your accent was really rather good.
I'm very impressed.
On the inside is a great dais. Open space that drops down on either side with a wall standing between it and this big central area.
This isn't where I met him last time because I was in the laboratory, wasn't it?
Massive symbol of the horned rat carved into the floor.
Subtle. Nice.
Yeah. A drop to either side of, you don't know how far it goes, a whole bunch of Skaven sitting to either side in front of drums. Sitting in the center of the horned rat symbol, there is, you could charitably call it a throne. It's more like a pile of bones and sticks that the rat that happens to be sitting upon it, has chosen to sit there. Throne, let's call it a throne.
Means something to them.
And it's just a Skaven. But this one has two arms on this side. One on this.
Okay.
On this eye is a huge chunk of green warpstone. It weeps slightly, a greenish ooze from one side.
Any clan markings?
Yep. Big crossing symbols. Not sure what one that is, though. Not one you've seen, but you have... No, maybe you saw it last time you were here and you didn't know which one it was.
But I know I've seen it before.
Seen it before.
Okay.
As it looks over at you and it nods. And it stands. Even with the hunch in its shoulder, it's over 8 feet. You realize that throne isn't as small as you thought it was.
It's just...
You have really misjudged this whole room.
I'm having real problems with scale today. Holy crap.
As it stands up and comes over to you, completely bare, brand markings of various... that one there. Oh, that's kill markings. You recognize it.
Right. A lot of them.
Dragon?
Impressive.
As it reaches behind and pulls out a large cleaver-like blade, serrated along one edge, crisscross markings and scars down its entire length, a greenish glow near the edge. It scrapes that weapon behind itself as it comes up to you. One arm holds the blade. The other arm goes like that to either side as it looks at you. White blood.
My lord. I get low.
Slave thing. Oh, damn. Yeah.
There's not very much I can say to that. I'm just keep my head down and...
It walks around you. Looks at you. Then walks further. Warlord. He says, brings you for my problems. Yeah.
He was most helpful.
No. Lies.
He didn't.
Thief. Steal. From the street. Yeah. Yeah.
Yes.
Bring the Warlord!
Sorry.
Because now! Rats scrabble up from either side. Well, you thought maybe pits to either side.
Oh.
Skaven scream like a tide over towards the door and tear out.
Does he have horns, or is he just
No horns.
really big rat?
He's just a really big Skaven.
Oh. This is new.
They go scribbling through, and the Warlord screams, ah! Ah! Yeah! Ah! Sounds of conflict on the outside. You wait.
I do. I do not make eye contact. I hold very still.
The Warlord is thrown to the floor. Roughly.
Said Julian.
Roughly. Crash of lacquered plates, one of which breaks and slides off towards the side. You hear,
Great Lord!
no. Thief, liar. He moves his neck, you hear crack, crack, crack. I see. Pointing at his head. I see lies.
He just spreads himself out, deciding this is more likely to let me live than standing up. Under normal circumstances, you'd have said this Warlord was a big skaven. But he doesn't look like a big skaven here.
Yeah.
As it thumps round you further, stands over and puts a paw heavily onto his back. The blade that you're scraping behind him lifts.
Tail or head?
And then he lifts it, and the tail from behind rises with a blade on it and slices off his back foot.
Oh.
And she's like, as he looks back and the blood spurts. So he just looks at him, holding him in place as he tries to wriggle free with his paw, and then pushes more pressure. Hold. Still hold. I see. He says eloquently. Then he takes his paw off. Never. Thief lie. Again.
Yes, great Lord. Yes, yes. Yes.
The horned rat. Seize!
Oh.
There.
Interesting.
As Skaven come up and drag him away, thump, 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 thump down the stairs, and toss him down to his men. You know that it's going to be unlikely he'll survive this night. There will be a new pecking order established amongst his clan. Or he will. Never can be certain.
Them's the breaks.
As he thubs back round to where you are and looks down. Talk. Talk, speak! Then points to a lie. Looks at you.
Okay. So there's no sign of Thanol.
Nope.
I'm here in front of this lunatic giant Skaven.
Yep.
Okay. I start with my apologies. My lord. So sorry. Survival. Apologies. That's genuinely true. If he's reading my mind, he's going to know that's exactly
You don't need to explain.
I have a report from Lord Thanol. He asked me to come.
He looks at you, pointing.
I have disturbing news. Skaven had been infiltrated. Cultists from above. They threaten his plans.
Fine. His good eye looks at you. Can see all the detail.
Oh no, you're looking up. How did that happen?
Shit.
How did that even happen?
My apologies.
Right down to the eyelash. But you feel like you should look away, but it's almost impossible. It's like he's fixed your face, evil eye. And then you break it and you're down.
Oh.
And it leans over. And its hot breath comes right by your ear as a dribble of saliva trickles down the side of your face from its lip.
Nice.
And it says, White bird doesn't lie.
No. I will not dream it.
Spy. White spy of the seas. Then he leans back. He just roars. His muscles bulging and his two arms are up as the last holds the blade behind. Can't help but feel like a scorpion's tail that may hit you at any moment.
Well, I don't know if he's a cultist.
Yeah.
It's impossible to know whether I've just signed my own death warrant or not.
Man, thing, plague. Man, thing, plague. White bird,
My lord.
you walk. Points ahead in the opposite direction to the door.
I will walk.
As it dumps behind you.
Resisting the urge to kind of look back over my shoulder.
Because I know one fate point left. Don't hit me, don't hit me, don't hit me.
And no fortune points.
I'm not in a good place right now, big rat.
Please don't kick me.
Dump, 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 dump. As you find yourself going downstairs and it continues to thump after you. Along, no, you don't like this at all. Let's call it a walkway. Nothing to either side. And it's made of a mixture of wood and bone and rope. And how's it going to walk over it? Yet somehow it almost likely makes its way over. As every step could lead you're down athletics takes fall.
One fail.
One fail, and you fall. Topple off the edge, your foot catching on one of the bones. You trip. Lightning fast. Maybe not as lightning as we don't like if I roll badly. Oh no, lightning fast. 8 successes more than enough. One of its arms reaches out and grabs you by the braids and lifts you.
I'll live.
Endurance test.
I'm fine with that. I'm not dead. So 4 successes and a crit.
Crit. Roll again. Excellent.
And another one.
And just lifts you to its eye height and holds you there. Barely any strain showing on its muscles. As it looks you in the eye, and you can smell its fetid breath. That eye, that crystalline green eye. Odd. Get the right one.
Are you?
Yeah, you did. That was just pretty. No, that's a pretty one. That's a crystal eye. Oh, I'm getting confused now. It doesn't matter. As it holds you up, do yourself an endurance test.
3 successes.
The last one. Yeah, good.
Thank you, my lord. I'm not deserving of your mercy.
This is not what you wanted. As he swings you.
Of course he does.
Side here.
Is he going to throw me?
Yeah.
I thought he might.
Nobody tosses a birdie. Push.
Except him. I'm not going to complain to him.
Give yourself an athletics test, please. You successfully tossed the birdie.
1 success.
With a mighty 14 successes and a crit, he couldn't have done better if he tried.
Nice one.
Whoosh! As you're, oh no! Perfect throw though. You land in the perfect place, the most
Safest.
Let's say safe place, yeah. How did you do in athletics test?
I won.
Oh, still, that's enough to land badly.
You're on the other side. You're sore as he pulls himself over the rest of it and looks at you. Walk.
I scramble to my feet.
You eventually find yourself very alone with a very large skeleton. You have been taken into the depths of somewhere. Under-Altdorf.
Oh.
In this place, there's a pool to one side with a constant dripping. On the wall, there is a painting of Magnus, the pious, facing off against the hordes of chaos.
Oh, that's unusual.
It has a golden frame around the entirety of it. There's a small table in front of it and quite human-looking chairs. He couldn't fit into any of these chairs. As he says, sit.
Of course.
And asks you to explain everything about human plague thing. Talk!
Very well.
So I trust you're going to download the concept of what?
The purple hand.
The purple hand.
Starting with when we first became aware of it, pointing out that Kemperbad has ostensibly fallen to them, that Bergenhafen was crawling with them, that they're popping up all over the place, and that I have it on very good authority that they've also infiltrated the Skaven, having spoken to a cultist who was a slave. And that gives me some concerns because, of course, my Lord Thanol has plans that may be undermined if they bring about the end of the world. The end times could be upon us.
Out. It paces. He doesn't ask questions.
Well, he can read my mind, so...
And points at the eye whenever it moves back in your direction. Its other paws swaying from side to side as it's clearly thinking. But somehow, because that eye has no discernible feature, it feels like it's always looking at you even when the other eye's elsewhere.
It probably is.
Yeah. And just that finger constantly pointing at that eye.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally when you say something, it stops. Which is enough to make you stop.
Mm-hmm.
And you realize it's just stop for reasons you don't know. You carry on and it carries on again. Stomp, 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 stomp. Until eventually you've said everything you're going to say.
Yeah, I will mention the theft of the warpstone from Castle Wittgenstein.
Good.
And say that I hoped it was Lord Thanol that had retrieved it, but I was concerned because the clan markings.
It stops. Speaking for the first time. Warpstone. How much warpstone?
A lot. I didn't get to see it, but it was from what I can gather.
Clan markings.
So I explained what I saw, which was primarily a mixture and mostly religious, and also the markings that I saw on the tunnels on the way in.
Yeah. Pulls out a dagger. Clatters it over on the ground at you. Mark! Floor now!
So I will scratch out.
Looks at it.
What I spotted.
And then howls. Takes your blade and scratches that there. Scratches.
Sit back.
Good. As it puts the blade away. Good spy. Yes.
You're too kind.
God spy. Yes. Tell now. Speak fast now of gobby young blood. And your first proof that this one has spoken to Thanol.
Yes. So I'm going to open with...
Gobby young blood.
Yeah. He's not the only one that looks like that. There is another. And he is intimately involved in this cult. He goes by the name of Crystal.
Be young blood in cult.
No, but he keeps getting mistaken for the person that's in the cult. Somebody called Caster Lieberung. They're identical.
What?
He's hunting down the purple hand above ground. We're working to the same ends. Nobody wants the end of the world. I'd let him mull that for a minute.
Skrika!
He says, and from the darkness, black robes flutter.
Mm-hmm.
Yes. Says all whiskers droop out from underneath the robe. Your command. Yes. Command now.
Yes. Find this one. Find, kill, seek.
And it prostrates itself.
Yes. The cost will be high.
Says,
find now. Yes, but the cost,
says,
is your eye.
Then, at an enormous speed, the blade comes swirling down towards that, and with a flutter, the ropes are gone. You know the cost comes from the darkness. Pay or don't.
Dynamics here up.
Crash as the blade hits the ground. Then it storms out. You're left there alone for over an hour. Still more punctual than the Shallyans.
Yeah, and nobody's tried to stab me for a whole hour. It's great.
It's a good evening, all said and done.
And I've still got my clothes on. Whoop.
Humans, this time.
Okay.
They come in bearing food.
Good food or mouldy food?
It's not the best food, but it's food.
I'll take it.
It's mealy.
Yeah.
We've had worse. It's in a wooden...
I got mouldy bread last time, so...
The humans are very servile, and they move off. They're feeding you, at least.
Well, it's always a good sign.
It is. A Skaven comes in. Medium height. Hunched over, so much shorter than yourself by a good few feet. Comes skittling over. And it draws up onto the seat with its tail wrapping around the back of it. And then wraps up and then sits around his tummy and flicks slightly at the side.
So it's sitting opposite me.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looks at you. Eyes are a deep grey. So used to brown-eyed Skaven and black-eyed Skaven that the eyes look strange.
Yeah.
It says,
You. Yes. Whitebird. Spy. Traitor. Yes. Says, you are needed. Needed, yes.
I've always been.
To solve the hard drive.
Of course.
What? Gracia needs to be told to leave now, yes? Leave go. Yes. Leave go. You tell Gracia to leave go, yes?
I don't know if you'll listen to me.
No. Skaven. Yes, listen. She go.
You want me to tell
Yes.
her to go?
Oh, you know. Yes, good. You know. Yes, good.
No,
Says, good.
So clever. So wise. You are wise, yes. You will tell her to go and she will go. Yes.
Will she?
Yes, good. Thank you. That's good.
Then bows once.
We thank Thankwall, yes.
And then runs off.
Well, what the hell was that about? I can't tell if they're treating me like an envoy of Thankwall's. Well, why the hell would she listen to me? I'm very confused. There's no booze in here.
Nope. There's just your bloody bowl.
Is there anything else to be seen in this room?
No.
Just a painting.
Yeah.
Is there a signature on it?
Well, look. If only I'd lower the arts, eh?
Well, if I can make out a name, I can tell Gerhard and he can tell me about it.
There's a perception test. See if you can find such a thing.
Well, 0 successes.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's obvious, I'll see it. But
she doesn't see any. So perhaps it's hidden or something similar.
Could be in frame.
Could be, yeah. Good conclusion. Anything else you're doing?
Just looking around to see if there's anything around, see if I can hear any conversations going
Nope,
on.
it's all quiet. You moved quite far away from the rest of the warren.
Yeah, no sign of Black Robe.
Nope.
This whole thing is very perplexing. Birdie has that sinking in the pit of her stomach that she is way out of her depth.
It's not for the first time.
No, but every time I come down here, it's worse. And I don't know whether I'm doing the right thing, because I really need the Skaven on side to help deal with the Purple Hand. They've got their own problem, but if we can get them to pitch in, might make life easier, particularly in Middenheim if I can get some support.
Like your style. I like your plan.
It's not going to probably won't work, but there's no harm in mentioning it.
It's a wet, slopping sound that alerts her to that something has occurred behind her, and it's sort of slop, 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 slop.
Like something being killed?
More like something slopping.
I shall turn around and then...
Oh, it's about a third of a corpse.
Fresh?
Yeah, human.
Interesting. Any markings?
Go up to it. Blood everywhere.
Mysterious purple hands anywhere?
Yep. One right there. One right in the oxter.
But right in the heart of Altdorf. That's worrying.
Yep.
I poke it with my toe.
As the Warlord dump, points at it. That's at it.
That's the marking. I'll show it. Oh, yeah.
Just looks at you. Whoa. Whoa. Good spy.
We have reason to believe they're based in Middenheim. That's where we're heading next.
Good spy. Reload slowly. Looks at you. Then comes close. Beams in right beside you. And says, pointing at his eye, "Oh, you loyal."
Oh, what are you going to do? What are you going to say?
I'm committed to removing this problem.
Oh, good answer!
I don't know if I'll get away with it.
As it looks at you. But you is loyal.
I'm going to have to say, in this moment, I will kind of lean into the fact that...
What are you saying?
I'm going to say yes. And I'm going to say yes because Thankwall plotting is much less of a problem than the purple hand over rimming. So from that perspective, I'm absolutely loyal. I've not lied.
I'm going to give you a cool test.
Okay.
Let me tell you what it means.
Whether I get eaten or not.
Let me tell you what it also means. If you pass this cool test, the conviction you have in your words is absolutely spot on. If you fail this test, you know you're convincing yourself rather than saying the truth. You're attempting to seek the potential truth of it, but you feel it's a gamble, and just that enough is a step too far. Do your test! Here comes the cool test!
Right, where's my cool? My cool is not too bad. 4 successes.
Nice. You speak with conviction. And it sniffs. As its head goes by, its whiskers brush across your face. Good. Yes. Pat. Good slave. Yes.
You honour me.
You want slave, yes? Breeding rights, yes? Yes?
I don't know. What is that? Do I know what that is?
You never offered this by your old dad.
Yeah. You honour me, my lord.
Yes. And warm tokens, yes. It says,
I'd secretly
you will be paid.
As the sword goes back into its back and put away as the third arm then just tucks in behind as the other two swing as it walks out.
Okay. Gold would be better. I think loudly.
Gold would be better!
purely because if I could get 20,000 gold, that would save Gerhardt's ass.
That's lovely, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Well, I don't feel I can negotiate.
That's 10 minutes later. When a troop of men and women are brought in. Half of them are human. The other half are not. One's a halfling, 2 are Skaven. Yay.
Okay.
One's a beast man, if you're into that sort of thing.
Holy crap.
Yeah, indeed. And that one's an ogre. Good luck. They are all clearly slaves. Skaven with a whip sitting behind them. One paces, arm behind his back, whip head, as it's going in Reichspiel. Yes, march, yes. In come. Looks over to you.
White mistress.
Comes forward.
Wow, white mistress. Very good.
Pokes at the ogre.
Strong belly.
Bashes at it. Then goes, yeah. And goes,
strong belly.
And then looks over at the whips. Its body is a laceration. And goes, yes.
Oh, yes. Man, beast man, yes. Or lady, boob lady, yes. Yes.
Turns round.
Man. Big thingy, yes. What do you want, white lady?
Well,
what is pleasure, yes?
10 out of 10 for them for being, broad in their tastes and not judging. I will, because I'm going to have to choose one, I'm going to go with the bloke because that's the least weird.
He doesn't look terrified as he steps forward. As he... like that. As the whip uncracks.
She owns you now. Yes. Lucky, yes. She eats humans. Gracie has that, yes? Gracie says hormone rats chosen. She is not even human. It's Gavin, yes? Yes!
And runs off.
What the fuck?
As he's...
Did the rest of them depart?
Yeah. Bead of sweat goes down his head.
Do you speak Reichspiel?
Yeah.
Chill. It's fine.
What?
I don't know what's going on here.
What?
Have a seat.
Is this a trick?
No, have a seat.
She sits down, naked as the day he was born. Oh.
Don't worry, I'm as weirded out by this as you are. I've no idea what I'm supposed to be doing.
I'm supposed to be impregnating you.
Yeah, I'd really rather you did. But let's say you did.
Oh. Right.
Just relax. It's fine.
Yes, mistress. He says, you don't want me to grovel?
No, just...
He gets down his knees. I'm sorry that you don't actually want me.
Oh, bless.
He says, I'm failed, haven't I? Please don't kill me.
You haven't.
He says, please don't kill me. He says,
would it make you feel better if we did?
well, what do you want?
Honestly?
Yeah.
I'd like to be above ground having a pint around about now, but...
A what?
Pint of beer.
A what?
Well, you're born down here.
No. He scratches. Picks a tickle.
Where are you from?
He says, a town somewhere. I don't remember. I was young. I was taken in a raid.
They got me when I was 6.
See. What do you mean 6?
Very young.
Oh, I was smaller then. He says, they made me bigger. I'll go bigger.
Well, you do. You grow as you get old.
What? What's older?
Oh dear. They really haven't done a number on him, haven't they? My heart's absolutely bleeding.
Poor chap. What happens now, mistress?
I'm not sure. Why don't we have sex so you don't get into trouble? And we'll take it from there.
He's a machine.
Nice.
He's a machine.
Awesome. Does he know what he's doing?
He's clearly done it before.
Better than General Daberneck. Because he was awful.
Yeah, at a rate of Daberneck to 10, he's most certainly a close 7.
Oh, pretty good then.
Yeah. The problem is, he's a machine. There's no real passion.
No.
It's a thing he's doing.
Well, that's
but
fine.
he does do it a lot and vigorously.
Well, that's fine. You know.
Yeah, it could be worse. Yeah.
You know, I'm probably saving his life by doing this, so I'm willing to put up with a certain amount of...
The biggest problem is...
repetitiveness.
The general discomfort.
Well,
it's the torn wounds. It's the stabbings that haven't really properly healed. It's all the little acid drops that keep on twinging as you move. But...
you assume I'm doing the moving.
He's vigorous. There's movement involved.
Yes, yeah. Well, my plan is to hold as still as possible and make him do the work.
And that is his job.
Yes, yeah.
As the deed is done. And he slips off. And looks a bit stunned.
Nice.
And goes, so, where do I go, great mistress?
I don't know. I don't know if I get to keep you or whether you're just on one.
I belong to you now.
Well, will you stick with me then?
Oh, right, great mistress.
Great, I've got a hench slave.
Says, as he bows really deeply all the way down and prostrates himself on the floor, spread out.
Okay. You can stand up. Don't worry.
He gets up slowly.
Yeah. It's not a trick. I'm not scared of them, despite what they tell you.
Skaven hops down with a slight skip, holding the whip in his hand, comes in and goes,
Yes, very good, yes.
Yes. Yeah. Most satisfactory.
Great white mistress, please.
God, pats him on the head.
Good, well done, yes. The horned rat is pleased. Yes, the horned rat is pleased. I will have warm tokens.
As he goes off.
Warm tokens.
As he makes his way out.
See?
It's good! You hear from the other side. The white human is happy, yes! And you hear,
squeak, yes.
It's the first time I've had sex and got approval. Okay, now what? We wait. Does he have a name?
Ask.
What's your name?
He says, Critlin.
Nice to meet you, Critlin.
Critlin. He's an animal Skaven.
It's a good name.
It's my name.
It is your name.
You want to call me something else?
No. I'm perfectly happy to call you Cretton. You can call me Birdie. But not when they're around, obviously.
Yes, why, mistress?
Mm-hmm.
I like so.
What am I going to do with the sex slave on the barge? This could be the start of our pleasure barge plan. Every time I come down here, it never goes the way I'm expecting.
Did tell you it's a bad place down in the Under Empire.
We did warn you. So me and my pleasure slave wait. And wait.
You don't know how long it's been. One of the deep downsides of the Under Empire is you've come to realize is you've got no real awareness of the passage of time.
Well, clearly not.
Yeah.
Oh.
And he doesn't know how old he is. He doesn't even know what the concept of age really is. They pass time in a very different way. They sleep, they wake, they sleep, they wake. And Skaven have a completely different sleep cycle anyway to humans.
Yeah.
Far faster.
Right? If Alan Menowith is right, why haven't I aged? There are so many questions.
Food is brought to you again. Human slaves, drop it off.
That's it.
Jug of water. Meal. Yum.
I share it.
Eat with vigor. Has to keep his strength up for his job after all. And it's about time before a human arrives. Dressed as a middle-class merchant in reds and blues.
He wasn't the one from Campbellbad, is he?
Ah, no.
Good.
Reds and blues. He comes down. Hi. Yeah. And he bows deeply. He says, Mistress. In what? Says, I'm here bearing representation from my lord and master. I've been told that I need to escort you, he says, to the cursed above ground that will burn in flames so mighty and will one day be inherited by his true masters. Says, it is in order to meet a divine servant of the old rat in the flesh, as they say.
Do you have a name?
Looks up. Looks down again. My master, he calls me Jip. She says.
What do you call yourself?
Myself. Shrugs. Git.
Okay.
He says. Well, I'm not sure what I'm meant to say here.
This is Cretton. I'm Birdie. Thank you very much. I appreciate this.
Oh, right. So, how would you like to approach this?
Lead on. You know where you're going.
You want me to go now?
Well,
Right.
I see no reason to wait, I suppose, unless they want anything more from me. I'm guessing not if they've
Blessed
said
servant of the old rat. I don't know. They can tell you what to do or not. What?
Well, if they've sent you,
Yeah.
that seems to suggest it's time to go.
Right. Yeah.
I'm sure if we're not supposed to, they'll stop us. Let's go.
Right.
Yeah.
He relaxes a bit, then heads off towards the door.
Come on, Cretton.
He goes, right.
We're going above ground.
He puts his head right down, so it's underneath yours.
That's not hard, though.
It's not. And you walk back on the same route that you came in by.
Okay. Over that stupid bridge.
Yeah, over that stupid bridge. Athletics test.
I do not like this bridge.
He's passed.
2 successes.
And Kirkland. No, he's missed it. So much for him.
Could have gone either way.
no, he's fine.
Yeah.
As you come up to the top, an escort of about 40 clan rats is found there, all of whom are prostrating themselves low.
Good grief.
All of them. As he is also prostrating himself low, as is Critland. The only one who's not low is you.
Which is not normal.
Actually, that was normal.
That was what you
back
used
in
to
the
be
day.
used to.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So now I feel a little bit more like I've established myself here, like I was in Midnight. I don't know if that's a comfortable feeling.
Yeah, well.
But it's better than the
alternative.
It's better than the alternative.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm ready.
And the clan rats escort you down through the streets of this part of Under-Altdorf. This part, it's fair to say, is only one small part of the greater whole.
Wow.
But it does take you an hour and a half to cross over it. And you're not going that slowly.
Wow.
It's just big.
Yeah.
And there is a lot of Skaven down here.
Wow.
Many gather just to see what the fuss is about. Many point. Who is this white-haired human? This human that what?
Don't worry, I'm as weirded out as you guys are. Do not say.
As it goes through, clan rats escort you up a long ramp, off to the side, into a set of tunnels, into another set, until eventually you're taken into a large cavern, and the clan rats peel off, all bowing in turn.
Oh.
In the opposite corner, there are a whole host of storm vermin. And in the center of it, on a throne, a very large Skaven. A white one with greyish fur. Another Skaven suckling on her teeth.
Oh.
Skaven this time, not little one. It's only now that you realise that the little ones that were suckling were all white-furred also. Probably future grey seers.
Yeah.
Who is this? Now.
Am I going to tell us to leave? No, probably not.
Now it's Skaven suckling on her. Brown-furred.
Yeah.
There's one paw just strokes at one of them.
This is unusual.
This thing is unusual.
Yeah.
As it sees you and grins. White teeth.
Yes. Come forward. Step lightly. Quick, slow now here.
Okay.
And with a claw, pats the one here.
Okay.
Go tell Warlord. It has come. Yes. Now.
And it backs off and says,
Yes. Gracie.
I'm really worried where this is going. Okay.
And toddles off, looks at you, smiles, and its eyes are huge. This Skaven's eye, really out of it. I said stumbles slightly as it makes its way past you.
Well, I suppose if she's hopped up on warpstone.
There is a slight green tinge dripping out from its teeth as it looks forward at you.
Whisper wind rumors. Old tunnels dank. And the old rat scream. As you pass by, the smell dank. The whispers. Rotten. What are you? What?
I'm just a humble slave of Lord Thanol.
Looks left. Looks right. Looks at you.
Humble. Slave, no. Walk. Tall. Strong. Streets. Yes. Humble. No. Lies. Speak now, clear. Who? What are you, white bird?
I was born.
Why is that wall interested in you? I must know.
I don't know.
What is Gracia's interest in you?
I have no idea.
Sword passes through your shoulder from behind. Right in there.
Oh, great.
Out
And there's...
there.
I'm like
Do yourself a cool
I'm
test.
like a bloody Tetley tea back. One failure.
You scream. Endurance test, please.
Okay. 5 successes.
Sweet.
I don't faint.
Yeah. The pain lancing through you. When you were young, you were the Gracier's pet. No one mistreated you, really. Oh, you had your scraps, you had your issues, you had your problems, but it wasn't anything like this. This is Shallyan level of torture. Poke. You scream. As the blade is withdrawn. You'll feel it scrape slightly on the edge of your bone. The blade is rusted.
Oh, for God's sake.
What do you expect?
They couldn't have even used a decent weapon.
No.
No respect.
It says,
Again, try. Yes, yes. Who are you, White Bird? Yes, why?
Oh.
Where does favor lie? Yes, speak quickly, smart. You are done now.
as one escapes fall off slightly.
Ah, yes. Yes, Grey Mistress, yes.
As it looks up to her.
Ah, Grey Mistress.
As it wallops and crunch against the wall and slide. Tail lands on top of its head.
I don't know what she wants me to tell her. I mean,
but there's another quite working shoulder
yeah.
that would really like to stay working.
A whole load of back that's just undefended. Oh. I mean,
It's so sore.
Blood is trickling down your side.
What do you say?
I say that Thanol considers me blessed by the horned rat.
Yeah. No. Then calm down, Gracie.
I don't like getting in between grey sears when they're having a sear off. It's never service.
The look from side to side.
And you're stabbed again.
Good job as our
Blade
doctor.
pops out here.
What does she want?
Oh. Yes.
Green fleckled spit comes
She's
out
never
from its
doing
mouth
it.
and looks at you.
I am Gracia. I am Gracia. Thanol is puny small, yes?
I mean,
Fair. Just on pure size.
Skull breasts.
Also true.
as one of its bottom leg down there twitches slightly.
Yes. Yes, weak, puny small. What Thanol see, yes?
He likes that I can eat warps.
Well, you set yourself up for that one. And that's how she finds herself suckling on the teat.
I knew that
Oh,
was
that's
coming.
crazy.
So let's just get it out the way. Let's just do it and get it done. Because this was always going to end, and it distracts them from stabbing me.
You know where this goes, don't you?
Yeah.
This is where she flies to Vedra on a green swan.
This is where she drifts off into the lands of crazed delusion.
It's fine. I'm a sex slave to get me home. My life is weird.
How did we get here?
We should never do these.
Just never do another 101 again. OMG. And then she got high. And then she got high on Skaven
Wardstone laced milk. She's there for some 15 minutes. Not that she's really aware of it. The second the sweet, bitter nectar touches her tongue, she goes. And her mind separates. And moves to somewhere else. And it's cold. Very cold. Howl of a cold wind. And there's a really fat man sitting on his hands on his knees, looking out. Johnny sees you. What the fuck are you doing here?
Where is here?
He says, I don't know. He says, it's cold.
Yeah.
I know why I'm here.
Why?
He says, to shrivel it up smaller than my thumb. And then he just vanishes as you slip past him.
Okay.
The wind howls, snow ripples through your hair, and then there's Thanol, like this. His head cackling, lightning spilling from his fingers. I will rule the world! Yes! Yes! He calls. And he drifts off into the snow. And then there's your father, up in chains, shaved, tip to toe.
Harsh.
Pink and grey flesh piebald all over. Interesting. Underneath that white fur, not entirely white. You think there might be something in that. It feels like there might be something in that. Makes you want to shave Thanol. An interesting thought to cross one's mind.
I can't imagine him let me, but...
As it drifts by and the snow flurries, and you see yourself before Gerhardt. Quite literally see yourself before Gerhardt. And Gerhardt is stumbling over, trying to remember the name of midnight. As you repeat the words, oh, it's midnight. It's midnight. Midnight. We should just go with Shallya fowls. As you drift past them. Okay. And there's Dara, the dwarf, sitting on a throne.
Yeah.
A crown. And she looks grim as you hear her murmur. Let it all of them. Don't kill them. Mad at them. And dwarves crump, crump on their shields. That flurries up in the snow. Then a great two-handed axe. Big double-bladed black axe dripping blood.
Like the one I wielded when I picked up Barracool.
Is there in front of her.
Interesting.
The cloven head doesn't seem right. In the center of it, you can see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 arrows.
Oh.
You know that's the axe of Mara. It doesn't seem like it should be. Something feels very, very, very wrong about it. As it all flurries in the snow.
Interesting.
A voice comes from out the snow. I really don't think you should be here. I don't think it's doing you any good. And perhaps you find yourself a way out, don't you think? It's difficult to determine whose voice it is. Female, upper class, someone.
Might be Greta.
Could be anyone. But then it's gone too.
They're probably right, though. Maybe I should find a way out. Start to walk.
And then, yes, of course. The name's Dominic. And he says, I think you'll find that I am most certainly going to be one of the better experiences of your life, my dear.
You have lived up to this moment. Lived. You might refer to it as lived, but I would like to instead say that you have merely endured. After today, you will realize just what your life was for.
You did not. As the snow flurries up.
Where's the axe gone? Because I could put it to good use. Anyway.
And out of the mist, a long red robe covered with golden dragons. Is Manuel left?
Oh.
To her side is an older man with a beard. And you watch as a blade comes down from the side and goes in his neck, into his body. And he twists with pain and falls. She looks up. As she does, her red robe vanishes. And all that is left is a single glove of purple drifting down. And she swipes at it and misses. And it all flurries up and burns away as before you there is a great silver frozen flame. Yeah. Burning. You can feel its cold, its intensity, and it is burning cold. It burns the flesh, and you can feel the tip of your nose freeze flaking at once. Frost rhyming at the edge of your eyes and your eyebrows, across the tips of your hair. Your breath is steaming fast. You look down at your hand, and it's freezing. You're not sure that anyone could walk into that. You're not even close to it yet. And you feel like you would die if you went much closer. You look at it, the voice from behind you says, I don't think that's a good idea. I really don't think that's a good idea, look. If you try that, you're going to die. I don't think you want to. You turn back and it's our big fat man again. As he looks down at you. This time, he's got no top on. He's got wolves running across his shoulders and down his arms to approximately where you saw the cut off before. The world explodes. The cut off. No. And there. Okay. The wolves spread and they ripple slightly as he looks at you and says, turn back before you can. And he walks off into it. She returns to the good old Warhammer world.
Where?
Having suckled on the teat of the Grey Seer. And certainly experienced something. Everything that she vision quested, so to speak, is overlaid with a very real sense of having been sucking for most of that time. And yes, you could argue is sucked. She's warm. You'll give her that. But her fur is surprisingly comfy. The worst part of it all is that it was actually pretty good.
Yeah, that's just weird.
Yeah, that's the worst bit of the whole thing.
It was okay.
Yeah,
that's just bad.
It's meant to be awful, or it's so beyond sensation that you're like, of course, it was beyond, but no, it was all kind of
cozy and
pulling away from it feels cold and uncomfortable.
It's probably how she gets people. Is it better or worse than vampire blood?
Well, no.
It's different.
Yeah. As you pull away, and she's there and she strokes your head.
Yes. You see. Yes.
Thank you for the vision.
You see, yes?
Yes.
And it twists its head. Then looks at you.
When you to over maiden I go, seek Temple of Ulrich, yes, yes? Not Sigma. Come speak to me, yes. Says, come speak to you.
And then it leans back.
Good slave, yes, good.
Says as it leans back and goes,
yes. Pink eyes look at you. Go.
You stumble. Your legs are about a whole foot longer than you thought they were. And your arms, you reckon you could probably hug all of it. Oh, you are not in a really normal place. You feel floaty. You feel sick. You feel light. You feel brilliant. You feel awful. You feel you've only moved a step. You should probably move faster. Maybe not that fast. You just run into your guide. He captures you with a look of absolute panic on his face. And you find yourself grinning.
It's not a good look.
Then you realise that that's not what you were trying to do, and that's you try to reassure him.
So you speak some reassuring words. Give me an example of some of your reassuring words.
I'll be all right in a minute.
This is how it comes out.
I'll be all right in a minute!
I don't never say anything. That's the journey. Terrible.
He guide you with less than confidence.
I follow with less than confidence.
It's a meandering route that you take behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Occasionally you balance on things that aren't there. You wonder if you can run on the wall. Turns out you can't. Good experiment. Failed. For a brief moment, you wonder if you could use the ceiling like you could swing across it. But there's nothing to hold on to. But you try. Then you forget why you're trying, and then conclude that it's probably the flies you're trying to catch. But you can't see them. Who unleashed the invisible flies? And so you ask them, invisible flies! Oh, yeah. Yeah. He says, I've got one. But you can't see it. That's because they're invisible. You roll your eyes at him. He looks at your eyes, slightly terrified. Should I lead along? What's your answer to that?
I will just do that.
You slap him twice in the face. Oops.
I just went very gently.
And he's like, yeah, all right. You're all right. As he continues to lead you out.
It's going so well.
Fortunately, your sex he doesn't get caught in any of this crossfire. He's constantly behind you and out of sight. Apparently, he's wiser than the one in front, who eventually leads you up to an undercellar. He says, Cellar, maybe you should sit down here for a bit first and have maybe sleep it off or something. You have never felt better in your life. You have no idea why he'd...
Yes, that makes sense.
And you sleep for a while. Who knows how long. Eventually, you make your way, it's a pretty crazy one, up through the door. And this is where I break out my birthday Jack Daniels.
Oh, God.
Oh, no, I can't break it out because I need to undo it first. There we go. From Kath, and say to myself, happy birthday, Andy.
Happy birthday.
Because that was pretty crazy. There we go. As a classic teenage version of a Jack Daniels Coke in a bottle.
Cheers.
Warm. As she stumbles up through the stairs and blinkingly
finds torches burning at the bottom. And behind you here,
Do I follow? I'm not sure I'm allowed up there.
Well, you're mine, aren't you?
Yeah.
Then you go where I go. Don't worry, I'll look after you.
Right, yeah.
In fact, before... Oh, no, my bag's in the Knight's Panther. We need to get you some clothes. Is there anything around and about we could...
Not sure.
you're in the bottom of a cellar. There's not much in the way of clothes in this cellar.
Mm-hmm. Anything about the way we came? Because previously I've not...
White bird. White, hey. Look, see, white bird.
You hear a voice coming from below.
Look, see, white bird. No, see. Let's go now.
I need clothes for my slave.
Are you calling that down to where you're hearing the voice from below?
Yeah, in Queekish.
And you hear,
You know, she heard me. Maybe if I creeps me.
I can hear you. Bring me some clothes for my slave. Don't make me ask again.
Mind. She's in my mind, yes. Creepsly. How no?
and then you hear much louder.
Yes. I come, yes. I could maybe kill quick, yes. No, so big, yes. So scared.
Its mouth is not moving. It isn't moving.
There's a side effect of the... Who knows? I unfold a couple of knives, so I'm ready.
And it prostrates itself and goes,
Right, yes.
I need clothes for my slave.
Only sack, yes. Sack, yes.
Fine. Anything.
junk. And it scarpers. Sack full of metallic coins. Warp tokens. Human warp tokens.
Human warp tokens.
A mixture of gold, silver, and copper, bronze. Not sure what that's stone. Oh, no. That was a dwarf coin. It's just random coins that they've gathered.
They don't understand.
No, they don't.
Humans.
That one's a gilder.
Okay.
That one's come from the wasteland. That one's got a ship in it. That one's got a mermaid on it. That one's got a giant bird on it. There's all sorts of coins in here, but it's a big bag. Like, ooh.
Yeah. Okay.
Successfully done mission. There's your warp tokens. You might be rich.
Yeah, but I still got a naked guy I've got to get through Altdorf.
Yeah.
Can't use the sack because we need the sack for the cash.
What's more important, the sack of the cash?
I'll style like the naked guy. It'll be fine.
Yeah, be great.
Yeah. Well, I'll just tell people that he's my younger brother and he's escaped from the home and he's right in the head. And, yeah, I need to take him home to look after him.
You're definitely not going to get arrested as an outsider.
No, of course not. We need to scarper quickly. To the Knight's Panther, at least to pick up my bag, because then he can have the clothes that I'm wearing. And I can...
You don't even know where you are.
Interesting. Okay. Well, that's the first thing then. Try to figure out where the heck I am.
Stairs leading up to a trapdoor.
Then I will go up the stairs leading to the trapdoor.
Open up. Pop. It's a family. At the table.
Hello.
Having dinner. They all turn round. One of them looks at you and says, You're not supposed to come up yet.
Oh.
And the girl of the family says,
Who's that, Rob?
she goes,
It's nothing you have to worry about, love.
I'm just a rat catcher. Don't mind me. I'll go back
We've
there.
got rats.
Not anymore, you don't. And I close the hatch. Styled that out.
Perfect.
Yeah, not at all suspicious.
Not in the slightest. So what's our plan?
I guess we wait.
How long?
All right. Well, I would get my slave to count, but he can't. So I'll listen through the tap door for sounds of folk moving around, and when it sounds like they've moved away from the table, I'm gonna pop open again.
They pop open before you pop open. Around about 20 minutes later, as the man who was at the table looks down and says, "Is everything all right down there? We've done our part."
Yeah, everything's fine. Do you have a spare set of clothes I can buy from you? I've got a few shillings you can have.
He says, yeah. He says, "For you? You're very tall."
No, it's for the fella with me.
"What fella?"
I pull him into the light. "Critlin, bloke upstairs. Bloke upstairs, Critlin."
He goes, "Head down with this."
Oh.
"All right. Well, we got my son's clothes. Are probably he doesn't live with us anymore, so I'll get that." All right. He comes back with clothes later.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
How many coins you giving him out of your bag of coins?
Well, I'm going to give him some of my silver coins because I haven't been through those. I have no idea if they're fake or not. So I shall give him 5 silver shillings. If he's okay with that. I don't know what the going rate for spare clothes is. But...
No idea. It seems like a nice amount of money. Throw that in. Oh, thanks. There's should all curry that, mistress.
Put these on.
Puts on the clothes. Tries to get into the jumper with his legs. He needs a lot of help.
I'll dress.
He doesn't really understand what he's doing.
Yeah.
As eventually he's dressed and he's looking at himself, looking quite confused. What is this for?
Keep you warm.
Not cold.
You will be.
Huh.
And to stop people trying to arrest you. Nakedness. You have to wear clothes above the
what? Why?
Because you get into trouble if you don't.
He frustrates himself.
That's fine. Not with me.
I'll carry this for you.
No, it's fine. I'll carry it.
Carry your clothes.
No, it's fine. Just follow me.
5 minutes later, you're out in the burning sunshine. He's sweating like a pig.
That's all right, but he's not naked, and that's the important thing.
No, he's not. Utterly confused. Why do I need clothes? Yeah. It's so hot out here. I'm dying. What's the sun? Help! As he looks panicked and crawls along the edge of a path, pushed up against one of the stone walls.
What do I do with him?
Looking utterly terrified around him.
I can't give him that.
Altdorf's about 5 miles that way.
Great. Oh well. We're going for a walk.
You arrive back, eventually, in the Reichsport. Doesn't take a great deal of time. About an hour and a half. Negotiating your way around fields, past people. Add an extra 2 hours for him, cringing beside trees, cringing behind walls. You remember how you felt the first time you came back.
I've totally been here. I feel for
He vomits a few times. Yeah. He looks up, gets dizzy, and just falls down.
Yeah.
Yeah. He loses his sense of balance repeatedly.
Yeah, keep your eyes down.
He finds everything difficult.
It's overwhelming, I know. It gets easier, I promise.
He swears in Queekish repeatedly. He asks for help for the great horned rat. At one point, he asked for the great horned rat just to take his life. Please, great rat, take my life. No great rat takes his life.
What am I going to do?
He's so very, very confused about everything. The press of life as you move towards the Reichsport is something he finds much more comfortable. Particularly if he's allowed to crawl. If he can crawl his way through the people, he's actually quite happy.
Yeah.
Head down, blow underneath everyone else, blow down, blow underneath, blow down, blow underneath. Yes.
Yeah. Well.
Are you happy to have yourself a little crawling man behind you?
If he's happier doing that, if anybody says anything, I'll just say that he's got a back problem and he can't walk. I don't know. You know, he was born disabled. He's not able to hold his own weight, crawling so comfortable. And yes, I know it's awkward, but he's happier that way. And oh, good Lord, kill me now, horned rat.
Have you thought that negotiating the country paths was difficult and dealing with the burning sun above was a nuisance? Getting him to go across the barges, the wobble, that to you seem exceedingly firm, but to him
He has a hard enough time keeping his balance on solid ground, let alone a barge. And he has a full 7 barges to negotiate before he arrives at your barge. But your new barge he definitely doesn't find it easy.
This is why I prefer dogs.
Well, yeah.
Okay.
And eventually your definitely not slave crawls into your cabin and curls up in the corner and weeps.
Poor man. Poor man.
Maybe I can integrate him into skating society in Middenheim. He might feel more at home. Like a rehoming of a stray or something.
At this point, there's no one on the top of the barge.
Oh.
You're not entirely sure there's anyone on the barge. Most likely the only you do know that the barge needs food. That was running out of stock. You do know that it's probably worth talking.
What?
Probably worth talking to Dumpling about it.
Yeah.
Giving her some cash so she can restock.
Yeah.
You've got, as you look through it, possibly a lot.
So many lots.
Yeah, so many lots. There's not as much gold in there as you'd like, but there's gold in there.
Yeah.
Plus, if you can get back to the Knight's Panther.
Well, I've got a party to go to, assuming it's still in time.
Dumpling will be able to tell you what the date is. That'll help.
Let's find out.
You've missed your party by a week.
Oh, for goodness sake. I bloody hate the Under Empire.
As she says, "Oh, I thought you might be dead. I think everyone might be dead. Hardly anyone's coming back. Do you think they're all dead? I think they might be all be dead. Do you know how much easier it's going to be to cook for fewer people? And how much less satisfying it's going to be to cook for fewer people? I'm glad to see that you're back now. That means I've got someone to cook for. And I'll be happy to buy an awful lot of supplies with whatever money you're bringing."
Right.
Well, let's see what you got.
So I kind of rummage in the bag and pull out a handful of
Holy
something.
fucking Esmeralda's tits.
That's what I thought when I saw it.
Yeah. Oh, these are an old Moorish coin. These are about 500 year old. My father, he used to collect. Is it collecting?
Collect.
He used to collect coins.
Oh.
Yeah. It's got a name. It's like a coin collector.
Yes.
It says, yeah, he was a coin collector. And he collected them. And he used to go for old mootish ones. He liked the ones with the big cocks on. That's what he used to say. He used to think it was really funny because they had big cocks on, you know?
Yeah.
But they did have big cocks on because that's a symbol of the moot, isn't it?
Yeah.
And this one's about 500 years old. This one here, this is probably worth about 3 gold. Even though it's only a shilling. Shall we spend it?
Yeah, let's.
Yeah, let's go get some food. She spends an unlikely afternoon wandering around markets, buying animals, buying food, buying grains, having a constant commentary. She knows her food.
Yeah. The rest of the bag goes in the cubbyhole, assuming Gerhardt and various other people aren't in.
Nope, there's nobody in there at all, but you do have to go through the Alameda with Greta room to get into there.
I'm assuming they're not in there, Shaggy.
They are not in there.
Then we're fine.
Yeah, all good.
There are some things you can't unsee.
Yeah, that's true. And yeah, that's nice.
Well,
A surprising level of normalcy from dealing with our halfling, who witters on about the quality of the food, explaining to you the difference between one type of grain and the next type of grain. That type of we will suggest actually we should buy this one over this one.
I let it kind of wash over me in a very soothing way.
It's nice to have something normal around you. You're spending most of the day doing that till you come back, and he's still quivering in a corner in the room, waiting for his mistress to come home, and he's starving. He hasn't gone and got food.
Well, he wouldn't.
Who's this one?
So this is Critlin.
His name is what now?
Critlin.
What sort of name is that?
I have no
Where are you
idea.
from, Critlin?
He goes, I live in the Under Empire with all my masters.
No.
Oh, right. I see.
No, you live
It's a nice. He says,
My masters are me masters.
right, I see. I used to have masters, I suppose. They were called beast men. They're big horns. Shivers. Then I must listen to you. Oh, all right. Yeah, you should listen to me. I'm very good in the kitchen. Would you like to help?
You could really do with some food, and I'm sure he'd be happy to help, wouldn't you, Critlin? You go help Dumpling.
You come in about an hour later to see how the cooking's going. It's not. They're having sex. That was a sight you're not going to see in a while either. Bouncing away in the corner of the kitchen.
Does he look happy?
He's not unhappy.
Does Dumpling look happy?
Yeah.
Are they both consenting?
They appear to be.
As long as it's consenting.
Oh,
that's fine.
She just waves. You want to get your tea? Just bouncing away.
If that's all right.
Yeah, come on in.
Okay. You carry on.
Maybe your sex barge is a real thing after all.
Clearly has that effect.
So the last thing you've got to resolve is our night's Panther.
Yeah. So I'm going to have to go and apologise.
Yeah, you are. Let's just cut over to that. Because getting there is only a cab ride away, and you are not unflushed just now. You have cash. And in the Odin House Pantera, you have a meeting with Rickard Gwelder, the Lord, who looks at you and says, "Sir, where did you go? You said you were going to be back."
Yes, I was. And then I had a bit of a run-in with some straight thieves and popped a bunch of my stitches. I've been at the Temple of Shallya getting fixed.
What's wrong with your arms?
I got stabbed.
You're all bandaged up?
Yeah.
Tip to toe?
Yeah.
We've been run through?
Yeah.
Right.
Thank God I left most of my stuff here. Otherwise, who knows what would have happened.
What sort of mess are you in, Hoover? He says, come on, you can tell me.
So this is the Gwelner younger.
Yeah, no, older.
Oh, they older?
You can tell me. Come on. What are you up to?
I'm not up to anything. I just...
Look, there's no way that wound that you got there wasn't done purposely. Your arm's still moving freely. Which means that they know what they're doing when they stabbed you.
Yeah.
That's not a mistake. That's not just random stabbings. That's someone trying to get you to do something.
What was it? Who is it? Come on. Out with it. Come on. You can do it.
I'm worried that if I tell you, they'll kill you.
Well, I'm going to die anyway.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that you died comfortable at home in bed rather than the end of a blade.
Well, how quickly will it come?
I don't know.
Well, maybe we discuss it in the bed.
Yeah, we could do that.
So, if you're sitting in his bed, are you going to unload Skaven nonsense on him? Or are you not and going to spin some other type of tale?
I'm going to skirt around the absolute truth. Tell him enough that it's genuine.
For example? What do you mean by that?
So, I grew up as a slave. Was very badly treated. Escaped. From time to time, I come across my old masters, and they don't like it.
Right, well, who are they?
They're a type of beast man.
Beast would have enslaved you. Well, this is a frightfully exciting, ridiculous story. Is it true?
Yeah.
And they're the ones that stabbed you through?
Yeah.
Right.
From time to time, they want me to work for them, and I refuse.
It's probably heretical. I'm meant to do something like that, aren't I? It's not a Skaven by a chance, is it?
Fucking hell. Not what you expected him to say.
Well, I was hoping he would say it, because if he knows about them, that's okay. I'm not telling anyone.
Just straight out with it, like that.
And some people do. So it's like, yeah, absolutely.
My order runs into them every once in a while. Mostly down in the south. Oh, so you're one of theirs, are you? You're a spy. Is that why you came to me?
No, well, I was. That's why I'm above ground. That's why they let me out. But no, I had no reason to come to you other than sheer luck.
So what are you, bad? I got myself wrapped up in something awful.
No.
I probably shouldn't give you that money, should I? Can't fund that sort of habit.
That would be inappropriate, don't you think? It seems inappropriate to me.
Well, you do.
We captured one of them. We got it to squeak the truth, so to speak.
Ah, yes.
Cowardly thing.
Oh, yeah.
A little bit of pain, and it was telling us everything.
Oh, they're hopeless.
3 days later, half my crew were dead.
Yeah. You see...
Quite extraordinary.
You see why I don't tell people about it, because they can be very vengeful.
Oh, quite extraordinary.
You have quite a problem here.
Rats in the walls, so to speak. You're one of them, are you?
Not willingly.
So they may buy, like, rats doing it with humans.
No, they are a separate species like elves or dwarves.
I have no vocabulary. It's quite marvelous. Species. Oh, that is good. I like that a lot. That's good. So, where did you learn all of these words? You're far too eloquent.
They taught me.
They taught you. So they can speak our words with eloquence. Interesting.
Most of them not.
No, is that the case? I see.
No, most of them speak a completely different language.
The one we spoke to was a stallion. Spoke a stallion. With the most rapid, strange fashion, but the stallion nonetheless, my stallion, I will be honest, is less than perfect.
Right.
I was hoping it'd speak classical. I have a good classical education. It didn't. I was somewhat disappointed. We quoted poetry at it for a while, me and yeah, but then really didn't.
They don't have much of a literary tradition.
No. So we end up hunting them for a while. You know, as you do, you find a thing, you want to find more of the thing. We found more of the thing, and then we decided to stop, and then I got injured, and I've been here ever since.
Yeah.
I suppose that's one story. It's mostly true.
It's fascinating.
So why are you actually here? Is it just for the money?
No, to apologize.
What, for missing it?
Yes.
Well, yeah. You didn't want to go. It was boring.
Was it?
Yeah. Dancing girls and...
Well, a hardship for you.
There's lots of boys being boys, and I'm no longer a boy.
True.
No longer a man much either, actually, I suppose.
Nonsense.
Well, it depends how you define such things, doesn't it? I mean, you could call me a hood or a man. I've lost my manhood. So, if I've lost my manhood, what am I?
You still have an excellent beard. You're fine.
Oh, a beard. Yeah. Maybe I should call myself a man beard. It's fascinating. So you're one of their lot.
Not through choice.
So a slave, you say?
Yeah.
So, slave. That is awful. I recommend you get out of that line of business.
I'm trying.
Oh, good. Well, do report in. Assuming I'm still alive, I'll give you a bit of the old cheer along. Get away from that sort of thing. You don't want to be into that sort of thing.
I really don't.
No, it sounds awful.
It is awful.
So how do they drag you back in, so to speak? Maybe we can come up with a plan for you to avoid that sort of thing in future.
The problem is I'm hunting cultists. And there's a...
Are they ratmen or cultists?
No, they're human cultists.
And they are doing what?
Bringing about the end of the world.
Oh, nonsense. Everyone claims they're bringing about the end of the world. What a load of nonsense.
These ones really are.
So what, are they working down there? Is that what you're saying?
They're working everywhere.
Why not let them work down there?
Because they're working above ground as well.
So what? They kill the ones up here, leave the ones down there. They can work against them.
Yeah, well, it's knowing what they're up to up here. And I need their help to read them out down there.
Why?
Because we don't want them bringing about the end of the world down there either.
They're not going to bring about any of the world.
Sure?
Yes, a load of nonsense. Stuff and nonsense. You just need to relax a little more. We're all going to be dead before any such end of anythings occur.
Well, if I keep getting stabbed like this, yes. Shallians, Skaven. I feel like a pincushion.
Yes. So what happened to your arms?
I gave some cheek to someone I shouldn't, so they stabbed me.
Oh, you should not do that, I would recommend.
Well, I've learned my lesson. It really hurts.
You're not dead,
No.
I think.
No, definitely still
Am I
here.
dead?
No, you're not dead. Can you feel this?
I've been given some medicine. Oh.
Oh. You feel that?
Oh, sort of.
Ah,
I was given some medicine. They're giving me medicine now to ease the pain.
no.
I went skating once, did I tell you?
Ah.
When we were making our way down to Araby.
Yeah, they get everywhere.
We were there to see the head that talks, you know.
The head that talks.
Oh, I'm not supposed to say that.
I didn't say that.
I didn't hear anything.
You probably best go. You probably best go. Yes.
Shall I tuck you in?
And they know you've said anything, or then they'll kill you. I didn't say anything.
No.
I think I need to go to sleep now.
Okay. Retrieve my belongings. I like that dress.
Birdie eventually returns to the bar. Dumpling has made an elaborate feast. Greta has returned from her excursions of the day and notes that there is somebody else. And who do we have this time?
Mrs. Critlin. He was a gift. Though I couldn't refuse.
I think possibly you should give him a better name.
Why? What does the name mean?
Exactly. You don't get it at all, do you?
No, I don't.
If he's going to be hanging around anywhere, he needs to have a name that at least is a name. That is not a name. That's just a collection of sounds in a foreign tongue.
Okay.
That is not a name. Critlin. Call him Bertram.
Okay. Go on, Bertie.
This mystery. Well, at least he speaks Reichspiel. That's something.
Yeah.
Please tell me he didn't come from where I think he came from.
Of course he came from where you think he came from. Apparently I did very well, and this is my reward. And returning him would have had him killed. Returning him would probably have got me killed. So now we have a Bertie.
He's going to be more trouble than he's worth. You realise that?
Yeah. I just couldn't bring myself to kill him because I see far too much of myself in him.
No. No, you can't very well do that. He knows who you are, doesn't he? He can't go anywhere now.
And this is something she's been mulling, because he has no sense of keeping a secret. He only talks about the Under Empire. It is an absolute nightmare.
So he can't be let out. He can't be allowed to talk to anyone else in this barge.
No. Well, I mean, on the barge is okay.
No, it's not. Only half of us are aware of half of anything.
Fair point.
He might have been wiser left there.
If I'd left him, they'd have killed him.
Are you certain?
Yeah. And they wouldn't have done it in a good way.
Well, he's going to have to be kept somewhere quiet until you can teach him otherwise. Can you teach him otherwise?
I don't know. If I can't, then I'll have to do the needful.
Why do you not think you can?
Depends how institutionalized he is. He has no sense of time or numbers. He has no idea why he started off small and ended up big. He has no idea of aging.
Oh, he's an idiot. Ignorant as well.
And I don't know if it's because of what they did to him, or whether it's just because...
Birdie, you have lumbered us with a child.
I couldn't have left him on the streets.
No, you can leave him anywhere.
Yeah.
Except for possibly down there.
Yeah.
Are you prepared to be a parent?
Probably not, but do I have any other choice?
Well, I don't know. You've taken him on board.
Mm.
This is the choice that you've made. Are you happy with it? I'm not sure everyone else will be. He's a danger.
We'll have that discussion.
He's an actual danger. Do you understand that?
Yes.
How much of a danger he is?
Yes, absolutely. Just be aware, Greta, I've had a hell of a few days. I've been stabbed 12 or 13 times. I'm in a lot of pain. I just need some time to make.
That's not how the world works.
Yes, I'm very aware of it.
If the world worked like that, we might have not made this decision. Will he follow your orders?
To the letter.
Good. Tell him to never talk. Ever. Unless you command it. That at least buys you a significant amount of time. In fact, that might buy you all the time you need. Start there. Are you certain he's not a spy?
No.
Because he's probably a spy.
Probably. Who else is on board just now?
I don't think there's anyone on board except for us.
Just us. It's too great a risk.
She comes in close. We all have to make tough decisions. And we are in a very precarious position just now. He is easier to dispose of alive than he is dead. If you're thinking of dispersing him, let's wait until we're on the move. What does a corpse smell?
Yeah, that's fine.
I would recommend doing it later, rather than sooner.
It's not my first kill.
I know.
Stop treating me like I'm an idiot, Greta.
I'm treating you like an idiot because you sometimes do foolish things.
I usually have a reason.
You kill first.
I didn't this time, and look how that turned out.
Terribly.
Yeah, I can't win. We didn't all have the luxury of growing up with a moral compass.
No, we didn't. This dangerous. Is there any way that they could track him?
Am I aware of any?
Not that you know of. That doesn't mean there isn't.
Well, I mean, if they're using magic, I'd have no way of knowing. I'm already probably being watched anyway. I think there's a very good reason that Wittgenstein blew up the way it did.
I wish everyone else was here. I can't see an easy way out of this.
Well, there is one very easy way, but it'll have to wait till we're on the move.
Yes, but that's not a route out if they're tracking him. Because time is not on our side if that's the case.
Or we'll lose him in Altdorf.
I don't know Altdorf as well as I'd like to. Maybe you may.
Pardon?
Maybe you may.
Yeah.
You know somewhere to put someone. We'd have to wait for her to return. That being the case, I think we'll both have our guard up.
Given to the Shallyans, I owe them one.
Why the Shallyans?
Because they were the ones that stabbed me.
What? Where did the Shallyans stab you?
And that is where we draw our second Tales of Altdorf City for Birdie to a close, having made her way down into the depths of the Under Empire, having been stabbed by Shallians, having spoken to the Knight's Panther, and eventually found herself with her very own, perhaps untrustworthy, perhaps not a slave, but actually a spy, sex slave, that she doesn't know what to do with, and she's currently contemplating killing. We did warn you at the start of the stream that this one would go to some potentially dark places, and with that, we draw it all to a